Hey. Yeah, there's no time. There's no time for any smooth transitions. Cut to frame. Hey. Hey, what's up? Hi. Hey. Hey. Can you hear me? Hey. Hello? Hello? It's an alien! It's me, I'm the alien. Run for your life! Hi, good morning! Wait, what time is it for you? Ha, you didn't hit me. Ha, stupid. Haha, get wrecked. Ah, loser. Everybody put in laugh at Heidi. Everybody put in laugh. Ha 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 ha. Oh, you guys are stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Why do you keep hitting yourself? Oh my gosh, why are you doing that? You guys are so silly. Why are you doing that? I remember now who just had a yogurt before this and coffee today. I am wired. You hear me? I am wired. There's so much energy flowing through my veins. Get it? Cause I'm Reina. Hi! Ooh, you scared me! Did I sound like a Terran just now? Hey, what if we just played StarCraft 2? Oh wait, I don't have it installed. Dang. Hey, when my computer's put together, I'll be able to get StarCraft 2 and keep it installed. Installed Craft 2. Hi! Hi, Gandhi. Hi, darling. Hi, Inta. Hi, occupation. Hi. Hey, Heidi! Top of the morning. Dude, that's the wrong accent. Wait. Good morning, Heidi. Hi, Morgan. Hi, Charles. Hi, Super Gamer. Hi, Coral. Hi, Heavens. I'm not Irish. What? That's not the accent that I did. You're crazy. I'm gaslighting you right now. You're crazy. Hi, Koopa. Hi, Magister. Are you from Divinity 2? Have you seen Alien? Is that the one with not Susan Sarandon, the other one who also was in Avatar? Ripley? Is that with Ripley with her amazing bombastic personality? Centress. Hi Gatsby. I think that's everybody that I see so far. Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, I keep getting them confused. Hold on. Yay! So my mom just texted me good news about something. Everybody cheer with me, even though you don't know what it is. Say yay! Avatar Ang? You mean Ong? You mean Ong? Yay! Hey, hi, hey. Your baby's so cute. What's her name? Ong. Yeah, that's what they say in the stupid live action that doesn't exist. Yay! Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you, Centris. You guys get it. Ever seen them both in the same movie? No, exactly. Got done playing ranked Marvel Rivals for almost 10 hours. Oh my gosh. Hold on. My mom. The grind. I can't imagine playing for 10 hours. That's a long time. And I'd be like, Nana there? Absolutely not. Nana's voice is like velvet. My voice is nowhere near. Nowhere near. But tonight you're gonna get to experience some pure Reina ASMR. It's been like 2 years since we've done a public ASMR stream. So, that's exciting. That's cool. That's gonna be in 4 hours? I think? Yeah, so if you want some beer ASMR, that's in 4 hours. So this stream's gonna go for 2 hours, and then I have to go get ready for that one. Your voice is very soothing. Thank you, Ryan. Aww. I remember when you guys were nice to me. Those were the days. Ryan, they're all so mean to me now. Never change, Ryan. Reina, hi. Hi, Koali. Hi, Johnny. We're always nice to you. How come you keep calling me short then? How come you keep calling me short? And you call me names? And you say I can't read? And yeah, maybe I can't, but don't tell me. Don't tell me that. I'm not short. I'm not short. This is what happens when you read it for just make it sound cult contracts behind the Denny's. When did Denny's get involved in this? Say that one yourself. Okay, but you guys don't need to say it back to me. Think of how it makes me feel. Just because someone's illiterate doesn't mean you need to point it. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Koali. Thank you. I've always been nice. I would never, ever be mean. Yeah. Right now, you're proving yourself right. Are you winning, Reina? No, because everybody keeps calling me short and keeps calling me names. Denny's sponsorship went. No, I want the Sweet Baby Ray's sponsorship first. I need that Sweet Baby Ray's, you know? That's the good stuff. How would I do anyway? I'm going to slap you through the screen. I am going to. I mean, shorty, short. Don't call me that. You'll never get it. Why would you even say that? Sweet Baby Ray's mentioned. Yeah, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since I started asking for Sweet Baby Ray's sponsorships. Yum yum. Ice cream, so good. Like, we can say anything about her, she won't know because she can't read. Some baby back ribs. I want my baby back ribs. Like Reina, girl. She's getting short on ice. Okay, I'm done. You see, Ryan? You see what I mean, Ryan? Ryan, you're so mean to me. And all I do is just sit here, okay? Just unbothered, moisturized, in pajamas, feeling amazing, high on coffee, okay? And I get treated like this. Skin glistening, lips moisturized, okay? Don't worry, I'm good friends with John. Sweet Baby Ray's are putting a good word. Oh my gosh, really? I'm not gonna fall for it. Not this time. Why not? You said your uncle works at Nintendo and you lied. I see. How can I be so mean? I know, right, Ryan? I know. You get a sponsorship, I'll buy some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue. You should buy it anyway because it's delicious. What's on the menu today? What's on the today menu, Reina? Okay, the menu consists of the Lacerta files. We're going to be doing Click for Conspiracy. I have no idea what this is about, but it's a new video from the Y files, and I thought we could watch it together and talk about it, and maybe have a few pyramids being counted along the way. Didn't think you sell it? Could you find it on Amazon? The moistest woman I know. Don't say that. Moist is such a gross word. It doesn't really bother me as much as other people. Like moist. But like moistest is like, at least I like the most moisturized, you know? Like, I don't know. Moist. People lying on the internet? Is this real? People just do that? Get on the internet and tell lies? Did you enjoy the film last night? Of course. I love the substance. It changed my life. My life is forever changed. That just started from How I Met Your Mom. I blame that show for people having a problem with the word moist. I haven't seen How I Met Your Mother, but I know everybody hated the ending. Shortest, moistest. That's not okay. Look at me. That's not okay. Look at my face. Are you looking at my face? Look at my face. It's not okay. Stop it. It's not okay. You should really be ashamed of yourself. How dare you? Okay? I'm not short. I am moisturized. And I am unbothered. But I'm not short. Are you the real alien? Have you come to take over the earth? You know, if I did, you wouldn't know. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be someone who would just brag about taking over the world. For all you know, demons have already taken over the earth. Who's to say, really? Who could really say? No, I have had no hand in anything. Are you viscous? I don't believe I am. I'm pretty solid. We're not doing so good left to our own devices. Maybe this is us taking it over, you know? Demons and everything. Hi, Reina. Hi, Farrell. Saucy description of Reina. Moist. I just picture like you like go to like touch my face and it's just like it's just wet. It's it's just you're like, oh my god, why is she so moist? Or moist like a cake, like a lemon cake. You know how lemon cakes are moist. Yeah, I'm like Jello. Moist as VTuber, don't you dare. Hulk Hogan got booed off of Raw? Why? If it's politics, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Just take a random and listening to your voice for an eternity. Good. Because, Ryan, the door's locked behind you. You can't get out. Just letting you know. We need to keep the new recruits, safe. From harm. From harm, of course. So yeah, you're good. You're good. Eh? Please, thank you for the donation. Why? I didn't even get to see what it said. Wow, thank you, Moist, for the donation. Hi, not short. I'm not short. I'm not short. Thank you for acknowledging that I'm not short. I can't even read that. What are we even at? Oh, okay. Do I need glasses? My glasses! I can't see without my glasses. If I had to wear glasses, would you still love me? Would you judge me if I had to wear glasses? Would you? I would wear glasses on my model. Just like it. Hey, wait a minute! I just noticed the number. Is Daniel here? Daniel! 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 Stan! Stan! Mr. Crumface! Crumface! Stan! Seriously, is Daniel here? Daniel! Daniel! You stay safe, but there's rats down here. Rats. This is the worst cage you kept me in LA. No, I don't know what you're talking about. You must be in the wrong room. Those are my pet rats. Man, I wish I had pet rats. Rats are so cool. You know what I also want? I want a pig. I want a pig that I can teach to do tricks and house train and walk on a leash and bathe. Oh, Daddy, baby Brandon's around. Brandon! Brandon! Brandon, are you there? Brandon! Pigs do have moist snouts, and I like to make sure that my pig has the best care. I'll put little ribbons on his ears. Or her ears. You know, who am I? I don't want to assume, but whatever. They're getting ribbons on their ears. The new pygmy hippo? I'm still stuck on Modang, so no. They'll never be her. Glasses, women in glasses are cute. You're cute. Glasses are better. I've never heard that. That's great. Well, thank you. If I need glasses when I'm old and wrinkly I will remember that. You think Mudang watches your streams? I wish! She's an icon! I love Mudang. I love Mudang. I would be honored. I would love to... Does anyone live near Mudang Zoo? Does anyone live near Mudang Zoo? Because if so, I would really love it if you would take me. Like we did a live stream where I'm on an iPad or something and you take me to meet Mudang. If anyone lives there, let me know. Because I would love to do that. I would love to meet her. Good evening, hi Flamingo. Welcome. Pigs are not as cute as you, though. Thank you. I'm not old and wrinkly and moist and nearsighted. Glasses have nothing to do with it. I'm just saying I might need them by the time I'm old and wrinkly. Last week I thought I needed glasses because things were blurry, but then I realized I just had a migraine, so I took a nap and I woke up when I felt better. I'm Moodang. I almost said Moogang. Moogang. Moodang and her Moogang. She's on the other side of the world from you? Well, I'm just saying, if anyone's over in her neighborhood, let me know. Because I want to go meet her. Moogang. Cute. Look at her little profile picture. The little rainbow shimmering stuff. I don't know. I don't play on the Oculus. I'm so stupid. Ocular migraines. I get it now. I don't know. I'm dumb. That does suck. It was just... Maybe it wasn't an actual migraine. It was just a headache. But my vision was going blurry because I didn't get any sleep. Don't judge me. I love Reina. Modang! Thank you, Modang. Is that when you get weird things in your eyes? I guess. Like, yeah, you see like the rainbow shimmering and stuff. I see things anyway, whether I have things in my eyes or not. So that's because I'm just gifted, you know? Thank you for the 10 parts. Arigato. You know, it's part of my demon powers. Maybe you had a headache because you're trying too hard to focus? No, I just was severely sleep deprived. Because it was the holidays and I was running around like crazy, and that was right after the donathon and I was dying. You wouldn't think that being like streaming for a long time would take that much out of you, but it does. I mean, I was like, well, I guess I was tired before I started streaming because of the family stuff, and then I did the donathon, and then I was still tired because I was still doing family stuff. I even went to go see one of my cousins, and she was like a bunch of my cousins. We all got dinner together, and my one who got there first, she was like, "You look exhausted. You've been running around for everybody else, haven't you?" And I was like, "No." No, you can't prove it. No. And she was just like, ugh. Moldang! Shut up! I want Moldang! Yeah, I love TV's Moldang! Caught allegedly, and I was like, no. Hola. Hola. Ooh la la. Oh la la. I'm gonna lick the screen. I'm gonna lick it! Anyway, so I guess we can start. I'm gonna get it ready. Did you see the second VTuber where they just get and Wu-Tang was like, TV! No, that's funny though. That's cute. Aw, I'm sure she was so happy to see that. She's just such a gremlin, and I love that about her. That's I as a fellow gremlin, I really respect her a lot. Hi, welcome. Hi, Cootie. Did you change your profile picture? Bum. Okay, so today, like I said, we're gonna be talking about the Lacerta files. I have zero idea what any of this is about, but that's part of the fun. Ew! I just heard my own voice. Ew! Ew, ew, ew. Go away, Reina. Ew, I don't need to hear my own voice. No, thank you. That's horrible. Let me go home. I wanna go home. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think my mic is up too loud. Is it up too loud? I'm gonna turn it down a little. Not like really in your ear, like not in a good way. Is this someone thinking of? It's kind of loud. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we haven't really done a Y-Files reaction, or like not really like a discussion in a long time. So it might be good to do this again today. What have I? And I keep bouncing legs. Yeah, that's too small. Sorry, it's quiet. Sorry, AJ looks rough. I didn't mean to pause it on that, AJ. I apologize. Seriously, does anybody have $1.30? Please? Please? Does anybody have $1? Please. Think of me. Please. Oh, you can see my cursor. I'm on OBS, but you can see it on the window capture. That's funny. Please? 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 Hello? Please? Please? No! What do you mean no? Please? 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 Ding dong! You got donation! Thank you! Let's go! 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 Thank you reasonably. Thanks, oh, thank you. I appreciate. Haha, you tried to spam me, Miguel. It didn't work. Goober. Ha! You thought. You thought. You thought. Oosh, it's like the Matrix. I just dodge it. I dodge it. Well, it's whatever. It's fine. I'm gonna change this anyway because it should be till I can't count. It should be till the end of the week. I don't know why I did that. Anyway. Okay. Alright. Let's do it. Are you ready? Have water? Do you have snacks? I already ate, so I will not be partaking. Stop it! Stop it. Stop it. I thought you said I was already moist. I don't need any hydration. Oh, speaking of, I don't... Oh, my water's over there. 1 second. Get in water. I almost fell. I'm okay. I had my chicken thighs. I pan-fried some chicken thighs with some carrots. It's my go-to meal. It's easy and I can make it enough for like 4 days. So I just usually make that in bulk, you know? You're funny, glad to hear. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that so much. We already lost a funny number? Yeah, we did. And you'll keep losing it, too. you. Keep losing. Thank you. Thank you, Moist, for the donation. But at what cost? What cost? Stop it! This is so disrespectful. This is so rude. I can't believe this. And Ryan, do you see? Ryan, did you see this? Ryan, no, don't laugh with them, Ryan. Don't laugh with them, Ryan. Ryan, don't laugh with them. Don't take him too. You guys are so mean to me. What do you mean nice? Happy New Year. Nice, haha, lol. No, none of this is okay. None of it is funny. And in fact, I really feel like you guys just don't even, like, understand me. Fully funded too. Yeah, but at what cost? At what cost? Mostly would you say thank you or nice or both. I said thank you. I said thank you, but you know what you did. I say to all of you collectively. Can't believe it. Thank you, seriously though. Thank you for the donation. And thank you for ruining it, Squid. Thank you. Funny number. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Woo! 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 God, I wish I was in 3D right now so you could see me doing this. Woo! 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 Yeah! 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 Whoa! 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 Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the donation. That had to have been a delayed accident. Who knows? You know, the universe works in mysterious ways, you know? I mean, who could even imagine that it would, you know, happen that way? That's just crazy. Just crazy. Anyway. Okay, I'm done being annoying. Maybe. I think I still have some in me. But we'll deal with that when it happens. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So yeah, I think we're ready. Thank you, seriously. Thank you guys for the donation. I do wish that you would stop choosing that's up. Morgan, cut it out! Morgan, stop! Ding dong, you got it. Let's go! Let's go! Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? Did that just happen? That just happened? Let's go! Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for the donations. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you for respecting my honor and treating me like the lady demon I am. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Thank you. I think this is the perfect number, and I will now go into our content now. If you guys don't mind. Okay. Mickey Mouse, let's start this thing. I have no idea what the Lacerta files are at all. Bumping my legs. This is about normal, Ryan. Did I expect this during the stream? No! Ryan, do you have $1.30? I hate it. No, wait, please, wait. Please. Hey, Ryan, do you have $1.30? You're broke? It's okay, Ryan. I understand. Man, it'd really be great if Daniel or Brandon was here to defend me, but it's fine. It's okay. It's only the sense anyway. I can live with that. Actually, I can't, but it's fine. They're gonna need No, it's about the principle. It's about the principle. It's the principle. That's how you welcome new people. Ryan's been here for a whole like 48 hours. Okay, okay. He signed his contract. He's in the cult. We've indoctrinated. I mean, we've welcomed him with open arms. It's fine. It's okay. You gotta fight for my honor. Someone needs to defend my honor because you guys aren't doing. Yeah, let's go. Holy no! Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is moist? Who is moist? Who is it? Which one of you is moist? Which one of you is moist? I swear to God, which one of you is moist? Who is moist? Who did it? Who did it? Which one of you did it? Oh. Okay, don't say that. I'm not even repeating. Who is it? Who did it? Who did it? Fess up right now. And I promise that I won't haunt you tonight and raid your fridge. I promise. Scout's honor. You can trust me. Maybe. Tell me who did it. Who? I don't know. You know. You guys know who did this. Who is moist? What if it's Moodang? It would not be okay, even if it was Mood. Isn't that Stream Element ID? No. I could check PayPal, but I'm not gonna do that right now. And PayPal only doesn't show me like the email address. Like it doesn't show me your name. You know? You're not a snitch. Listen. I'm trying, I swear. Okay, we'll come back to this. We're gonna come back to this. Hey, Darren, do you have $1.30? Darren? 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 Hey. Hey, Darren. Hey. Hey. Moist is Charlie? I don't think we're talking about Charlie right now. I mean, this isn't Moist Critical. Hey, what's up, guys? Moist Critical here. I'm about as angry as a 10-step butt cheek in a hurricane. Who? Moist. Who is it? Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. I'm moving on. I'm moisturized and unbothered. It's fine. Perfect imitation. You know, I'm the richest ass. I would never destroy a nice son, but you could though. You know, because you can defend my honor. You can defend my honor. Hi, most kids needs to be their first time in your stream. You guys are ridiculous. Okay, I'm playing the stupid video. I'm playing the video now. Are we all ready? Do you have your snacks? Do you have your water? Are you ready? Are you done? You done causing misery? You'll behave. Debatable. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. You don't? No, you don't have snacks? Get some snacks. You ready? I need to. Okay, I'm gonna cover the number with the chat. I don't want to look over at the screen and see it. I don't want to see that. The only thing is now I'm covering myself, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't need to see myself. You know, it's okay. Do you have a moisturizer? Hope everyone else has theirs as well. What do we get for hitting the goal? I don't. It just says random. I didn't think anyone was gonna. I'll be so honest. I made it very small. And I didn't think he was gonna do it. But here we are. What do you guys want for hitting the goal? What do you guys want to hit? What do you guys want? Tell me what you want. What you really, really want for hitting the goal. Look at it! Look at it! You have to keep the nice number for the week. I don't want to do that. Don't make me. You want a fridge unrated? Tell you what I want. What I really, really want. Play the Halo games. Okay, we can play Halo. Can play Halo next week? Watch me play Halo next week. We can play Halo. I wanna Nathan, shut up. Yeah, then you just come in swinging. Like, why do you like this? A hand gives you a receipt of moist cake, Pillsbury maybe? I'm not very good with hand cam streams. Bakaraoke? Okay, so I'm seeing Bakaraoke. I see Halo, a Halo Let's Play. And I guess a hand cam stream? Okay, let's see. What do... Oh, we also have to vote on our animated set short that we want to get done. I don't know how I'd bake a cake. I'd have to move you to my kitchen. Maybe we could do like a cake decorating thing, like in my room, so I don't have to. Cause remember when we baked cookies like 2 years ago, and I had to put you in my kitchen? That was so much. I have noodle arms. Okay, I can't like. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a cake. We'll do some kind of cake decoration. What would the karaoke theme be? Whatever you want, I guess. We're going into Valentine's Day. It could be love songs. Ooh la la. Love songs. I'm not putting down the cake. I want breakup songs this Valentine's. Why do you want breakup songs? Why do you want breakup songs? I love how it went from 0 votes to 9 votes. YouTube never change. Except maybe for the better one day. Why? Why breakup songs? Ew, romance? I'm keeping this professional, Reina. It's for the holidays. Valentine's is not a happy day for most of us. It is when we spend it together as a family. What about a potential breakup song? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, Halo, let's go. It's tied right now. If you guys want Halo, you're gonna have to pull through. I'll wait till it's at 50 votes. Wait, how many people are here? Oh, yeah, come on. I see, literally, come on. I just need like 25 of you more, 28 of you to vote. I see you lurking. I know you're there. Hey, hey, lurkers. I saw this tweet the other day that people don't like being called out when they're lurking a stream, and they stop watching the stream when they're called out for lurking. I don't know how true that is. But if you're a lurker and you don't hate that I just called you out for lurking, vote. Please, you don't have to say anything. But vote. This is the potential breakup song. Our album needs just one. Oh, baby, please, please tell me. Dude, we're an hour into the stream and I have not... I have not started the conspiracy hasn't started. The conspiracy is a stupid number that you guys keep insisting on bringing to my channel. I asked for one thing, and that is RESPCT. That's all that I ask, and I can't even get it. Ridiculous. Yeah, production. Hi, are you a lurker? You should vote. Yeah, I need 5 more votes. I need 5 more votes. 3 more, 4 more votes. 4 more votes. Very close. What's gonna 2 more votes? Who's RSP? I'm a lurker. You're not a lurker. You're not. You gambling? Don't gamble. The number drop gonna make it jump further now. Did it drop? And there we have it. You guys were to play Halo. We'll play Halo next week. There we go. I don't know if you like that, like choosing goals on the spot. I don't know if you prefer that or if you prefer having the goal ahead of time, but there we go. I'm also new and a lurker. No, you're not. There's 83 people here. Vote. Sorry, lurkers, for calling you out, but thank you for pulling it, pulling through. There's a 1% chance. Oh man. Hope we got space for the Master Chief Collection. I think I have the Master Chief Collection. It was gifted to me a while ago. Well, more like I was given the codes for them, but I never redeemed it because it needed a Microsoft account, and I kept telling myself I was gonna do it, I was gonna do it, I was gonna do it. And then I still have the marshmallow with the information. I think it was from Spartan, but I never redeemed it, so I'm gonna try to figure that out. Not now, like right now, but like soon, like this week. Yeah, ages ago. Yeah, I still have it. I just haven't redeemed it yet. I don't even know if it still works, but we'll see. Cause he like gave me instructions on how to do it, and I was really overwhelmed and stressed, and I just was like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. And here we are. But I have it. Is she always this way? You see what I mean? No respect. Reina will become Halo. I'm Haloing all over the place. I just love Logan's message. I hate it here. Hi. No, I'm not always like that. I'm better. Or worse, depending on who you ask. Okay, are we finally ready to start the video? We've had an hour of yapping. Also, my PC parts are almost here. For some reason, my graphics card did not come out of it hasn't shipped yet. So I'm not sure. It hasn't taken the money yet either, and it's making me very nervous because I'm like, please just take this money so I don't think that I have this money, right? But also, my CPU is still coming. My Ryzen CPU. So I'm waiting on those 2 things, and then everything will be here, and then we'll be able to build my PC stream together. She's worse. Cancel an order of 5090? Why? Why should I? Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I buy the ring? I was looking for the poll. I look up to see. I hate it here. Yeah. You totally made that tea last night. Do not. You totally made the tea last night. I'm not waiting on you. It's been an hour. You know who you bought it from? I can check. I think there were only a few left in stock, so I'm praying that I actually was able to carry out the order. Like, I put the order through. But, I'm worried that they shipped other ones before mine, and then they don't have it anymore. I did it! It's not my fault. Carry me on mobile! We got the Hellhound Spectral AMD Radeon RX 7900 XCX. Jeez, these names. Gaming graphics card. And it says it's in stock again, so maybe they have it and they're gonna ship it soon then. But it's stressing me out that it hasn't shipped yet. And then my CPU, I'm checking. That's why I'm frozen, sorry. Is shipped, and it's supposed to be here very soon. Hold on, let me see exactly where it is. Bo, 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 bo. Gonna build the PC? Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm gonna follow a video on building the PC. As many times as you guys are like, Reina, it's not that hard to build a PC. I'm gonna try it. I think it might be here tomorrow. It's supposed to be. Yes, I'm building it. You guys know this already. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. It says it's gonna be tomorrow, but it's like nowhere near where it needs to be. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm girl bossing. I didn't know that I've been sick. Thanks. I had to wait a year for college, much you can wait a couple weeks. That wasn't my fault. Are you gonna be alright? Why are you acting like that? This is the first time I've heard you building it. Yes, I said that. You guys don't listen to me. I wouldn't order to. I think I can do it. I really do. I really think I can do it. I really believe in myself. It's either that or you know, die, I guess. There's no other option. You say a lot, it's hard to catch all of it. How dare you? How dare you? What was that you said? Oh my god, I need to play this video.
On December 16th, 1999,
We're not a conspiracy.
office. His pencil levitated. His coffee.
Wait, I missed that. What do you say?
This episode of the Y-Files is brought to you by PDS.
Too loud.
On December 16th, 1999, three things happened in.
Oh yeah, someone said something about a heat something. Oh gosh, let me check what you said. I have it bookmarked. About my PC, someone said, was it Smidge? About it? Hold on. The only thing that I think I'm confused about, like actually confused about, is the hold on, I'm going to it. The heatsink. It was Shadow. Shadow said it. Because I have the Samsung 990 Pro without heatsink, so I have to put it in a particular slot. That's something I have to remember.
K's office. His pencil levitated.
Oh
His
my god,
coffee froze
cool.
solid, and the woman sitting across from him wasn't human.
What?
K had built
We
his
have a
career
chance.
debunking every alien story, every paranormal
You hear it
claim,
now?
every supernatural sighting. He'd seen every trick. He knew every technique. His articles had.
I'm not pausing the video again.
Earned him a reputation as a tough professional skeptic.
It's kind of low
But now
still.
his pencil was floating
Better?
above his desk. The being across from him called herself Lacerta. She told him that
So Lacerta is an alien lady that we can marry, maybe.
how humanity was created and how it would end. And she could prove it. The world's most notorious UFO skeptic was about to understand why some stories can't be debunked.
Lacerta. Ooh, that's a pretty name. I was like, what? Rather have Reina?
Human, quick! It's an emergency! Code Goldenrod! I repeat, code Goldenrod!
Is this
Code
an ad?
Goldenrod. Hang on. I have to look that one up.
Oh, for crying out loud, it was in Tuesday's security
What?
briefing. You really need to work on your trade craft. Goldenrod means financial emergency.
Well, what happened now?
Well,
Does he need money for
remember that
something?
little growing operation
A
I had in
fish.
your garage? My dwarfist garden?
That alien.
Mucus from Italian soup?
Many of us will get deeper into debt during the holidays. Last year, half of American consumers took on debt just to pay for the holidays.
Absolutely
time.
not. If you have to go into debt for the holidays, maybe surround yourself with people who don't care about that stuff.
And PDS
Just
Debt
say-
is offering our qualified viewers a free debt analysis.
Skip.
This is good
Oh
Old
my
K arrived
god.
early to set up his equipment. One camera, one tape recorder. That's all Lacerta allowed. Every hoaxer.
Wait, we don't have a heatsink on the Samsung 990. It came without a heatsink. Ours, so there's 2 types. One with a heatsink and one without a heatsink. Yeah, do not go into debt for Christmas. Seriously. Capitalism is amazing, and it also should not be costing you extra money you don't have for the holiday. Balance, people.
Had rules. He
I
didn't
bought one
argue.
separately? Which one did I buy? Which one did I buy that was a heatsink?
He figured he'd be out in
Sorry,
an
I
hour.
stopped pausing.
The story was obviously fake. Lacerta claimed to be from a race of beings living deep within the earth.
Lizard,
Oh,
Some
she's
say they're
inside the earth.
shapeshifters.
We've watched a
They
video
don't
on
change
that.
shape. They change the
I'll
way the
work
human
you.
brain sees them.
lizard,
They're highly evolved
Lizard.
and intelligent with extremely advanced technology. They are
lizard,
reptilians.
lizard people.
Listen, people. I have to go back.
Deep within the earth.
Lizard,
Some say they're shapeshifters. They don't change shape. They change the way the human brain sees them.
lizard,
They're highly evolved and intelligent with extremely advanced technology. They are
lizard,
reptilians.
lizard people.
We have to add that to our soundboard. We have to add that to our soundboard. Lizard people! Oh my god. That was so cute. See, Hecklefish isn't all bad. Hecklefish has really good moments.
The Lacerta files appeared online in the early 2000s. They're
It's always
transcripts of
how
2
it work.
interviews, one from 1999 and one from 2000. A journalist known as Ol K
I sojourned far and wide to a computer material shop that may or may not have been a micro center. I don't know. But it was cool in there, and I got a motherboard, and it was cheaper than online. So that was great. And it was better than the one that we were gonna get.
spoke with a female reptilian
Lizard.
who calls herself Lacerta when she's
Fellas? Fellas, what do we think? Yay? Nay? Lizard? What do we think on our wife, Lacerta? Fellas? After the Simpsons, she's hot. Reina's better. Aw, thanks. Fellas, let me know what you think here. I'm seeing way too many pyramids in her flesh. There's one here, there's one there. There's too many pyramids. I think this is too suspicious. Frankly. Single, so yes, she might not be. Is like the one lady from Baldur's Gate 3? Which one? Which lady? Because I literally do not know what you were talking about. That she looks like. Got a different main motherboard? That's kind of not good. Mainboard? Wait, what? What do you mean? I don't. You mean motherboard? Or what are you talking about? Lazel with a nose. Oh, I see. You guys are saying yay? Yay? Yay. Lizards. Lizards coming in second. I guess I just didn't think she looked like Lazel at all. Got two thick lips. Like her lips are really thick, and she has a nose. So yeah, the motherboard that I got is good, and I made sure that it was compatible with everything. Everything else. That's the only thing that I changed. Everything else I got. That we said we were gonna get. Not motherboards. Focus. You're right.
with humans. Apparently, we can't pronounce her real name, and mispronouncing someone's name in her culture is offensive.
Yeah, I
you
have a
sound like a
nose.
millennial lizard people. How old is she? Is she on TikTok?
She's 28 years old.
Checks out.
She was around.
Lacerta! My love, Lacerta! You know, she's a little young for me, considering I'm 7,000 plus years old. But I mean,
5'5"
she's
and
cute.
humanoid. Her skin was pale green with brown dots, and her eyes were larger than
This is like insane. This is like insane.
human eyes with vertical slits for pupils. And when she blinked, a transparent membrane.
That's a
slid
cat. This is the eye of a cat. This looks like one of my cat's eyes.
sideways across her eyes. Her species is called
That's just a cat.
the tern. They lived beneath the earth for millions of years in vast cities carved from solid rock.
A tool for
I
everybody.
linked the full
Exactly.
text,
I'm the
and
ancient
you'll wanna
wise
read it.
one.
But
Thank
here's
you
what
for
matters.
noticing.
Lacerta knew things about ancient cultures, quantum mechanics, computer science. She said humans didn't evolve. We were engineered by aliens who needed slaves.
Yeah, Nunaki.
Right, they have many names.
You see, Anunnaki. It's always the Anunnaki.
The beings you call the Elohim.
Ooh,
We knew them as the
She's talking. Is this AI? Did they use AI for this? If they use AI, I'm a little freaked out. But she's talking to
Elohim.
us.
They needed workers. They found
Her
primitive
eyes like up. It's like up. It's like lopsided.
apes and began their experiments.
Blizzards.
But you aren't the first attempt. You're the 7th.
Whoa, wait, what? Humans are version 7?
Well, each version was an experiment. Create,
Yes,
test,
AI.
destroy.
So
then
why they
start
use a
again.
cat's eye for that
Village left
earlier?
Earth before finishing version 7. Now they're coming back to fix their mistake.
Making characters, this guy usually tongue in cheek, or is he taking it seriously? Yes.
Lacerta's story began not with her species, but with ours. She said
Yeah,
human
give her the
evolution
hardness
is a
test.
lie. We were created by aliens called the Illogem. They come from the star system we call Aldebaran.
Oh, I thought the Death Star blew up Alderaan.
Aldebaran.
What'd I say?
The
What did you
Illogem
say?
arrived on Earth 1.5 million years ago to mine copper. This would require a large labor force. So they
Why
altered
would
a primitive
aliens come to Earth to mine copper? They literally have so many. That makes no sense. Hey, yeah, we're gonna get this mineral that's only found. I guess maybe if it's rare to them. But I'm like, what would they even use copper for? They're aliens. I just feel like they're like way beyond anything that we could even be doing or having here. No, I hate Star Wars.
genetics and created a new species to do the work. Version 1 was promising, but flawed, so they wiped it out and started again. And again. Lacerta says the evidence of these earlier
Only on
versions
Earth.
is all around us. Archaeologists
Yeah,
say
water
the Great
makes
Pyramid
the
of
most
Giza
sense.
was built around 2500 BC.
Fake news.
Unless they're just genetically evolved to a point where they don't even need water. I mean, what was it? Didn't we watch another video where someone talked about like I think it was AJ. Like he talked about life on other planets not needing water, but rather being based in silicone. I'm pretty sure we watched that.
It's way older than that.
Well, Lacerta agrees. The Egyptians didn't build the pyramids, they found them. The Great Pyramid was built 75,000 years ago by the 5th version of humanity. The underwater ruins near Bimini were built 16,000 years ago by the 6th version.
More water and asteroids
Perfect
than on
angles
Earth?
cut into
Really?
massive stone blocks
Yeah,
using techniques we only
that's what I
mastered
meant.
in the last century. The Illogem accelerated our evolution. Look at our timeline. 2 million years to improve a spear. Then in a few thousand years, writing, electricity, landing a man on the moon.
Well, that never happened. But you monkeys got to orbit. I'll give you that.
Fine. My point is, we went
Did we do it on the moon landing? I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure we did watch a video where they thought the moon was a spaceship. Like inside the moon was a spaceship and it rang hollow if you banged against it. Remember that video?
from hunter-gatherers to a spacefaring species in
It
a
was all
fraction of the time it took to go from
CGI.
Homo habilis to Homo erectus.
Yeah.
Stop it. Our DNA contains genes that don't match our ancestors.
Wiggle.
Dr. James Gates found error-correcting code embedded
This guy
in
looks like
human
he doesn't
DNA.
even believe what he's saying. He's like, you know, he's doing that face like, like he doesn't. I don't know if I trust this guy. What he's saying.
The Illogem
How could I believe it if he
accelerated
doesn't
our
believe it
evolution.
himself?
Look at our timeline. 2 million years to improve a spear.
I
Then in a few
don't
thousand
know.
years,
Right.
writing, electricity, landing a man on the moon.
Well, that never happened.
He's looking
But
at
you
me.
monkeys got to orbit. I'll give you that.
Fine. My point is, we went from hunter-gatherers to a spacefaring species in a fraction of the time it took to go from Homo habilis to Homo erectus.
Yeah.
Stop it. Our DNA contains genes that don't match our ancestors. Dr. James
See?
Gates found error-correcting
Someone get a picture. Me and my buddy. Did you get the picture? Did you get the picture? Did you take it? You got it, right? Okay.
code embedded in human DNA. Proof we were engineered, not evolved. Now, this is not a new concept. Almost every ancient culture tells the same creation story. Beings of light arrived in massive ships. They created humans, gave them knowledge. Not from kindness, they needed intelligent slaves.
You post it? Yeah,
But
please
not
do.
too intelligent. That's why they destroyed versions 5 and 6. Millions died because they asked too many questions.
How'd they whack
Yeah,
a whole
we're asking the real questions. Number one, how dare they? How dare they assume that we should be created? I didn't ask to be here. None of us did. Thanks, aliens.
planet?
Earthquakes, volcanoes, sometimes floods.
Younger Dryas flood.
That was the last reset.
Younger
Every
Dry.
culture
Oh my
has
god,
a
we need
flood
to get our
myth
bingo
because
back.
it happened.
Next time, do not let me forget. Actually, what I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna start writing down everything that I say we're gonna do on. That way, I never ever have to ask you what I said ever again. I mean, I probably still will because I'm me, but like that way I can keep track of the things I said we're gonna do. Okay, so I want to do and I already forgot. Wait, I have to watch this again.
Sometimes floods.
Younger
Oh yeah, bingo. I said bingo. Conspiracy. Bingo. There we go.
Dryas
You posted.
flood.
Yay! Thank
That was the
you.
last reset. Every culture has a flood
Yay.
myth because it happened. Lacerta expects the Illigium to return and finish their work, and we have no way to stop them.
Please
We don't have the
finish the
technology
work,
to fight.
please.
And there's nowhere to hide. We can't go underground. Underground belongs to the lizards.
Lizards. It's pronounced lizards. You can't even say it right.
The Derinkuyu underground city in Turkey is a puzzle. 18 levels deep, almost 300 feet below
With
the
my
surface.
fingers.
It has a ventilation system, a fresh water system. Acoustic chambers are tuned to specific frequencies.
Honestly, this looks kind of comfortable. Looks like I would definitely. This looks like, you know how they have those millionaire houses, and then like, yes, and here is my old slab of marble in an empty room. It's artistic. This is where I sleep at night. You know, that's what this looks like. This looks like some kind of modernist dream.
It was
back
allegedly
room
built
does
with Bronze
kinda-
Age technology, but the truth
Very
is nobody
liminal.
knows who built it or when.
Derinkuyu linked down in the old washed up.
According to Lacerta, Derinkuyu isn't an ancient human city. It's an entrance
Absolutely,
to the Turan
because some of them for
civilization,
lizards,
a
lots of
vast
sunlight,
network of
very warm.
cities underground. Their main settlements are 14,000 feet below the Earth's surface, and each city is about 1.5 miles wide,
Hola,
carved
Gary.
into solid bedrock. At the center is the column, a 700-foot tower. It regulates climate, generates artificial sunlight, and manages the airflow.
Oh, it's like a lizard Alexa.
I guess so, yeah.
Hey, Alexa.
Don't do that.
Hey,
You're gonna...
Alexa. Write a dirty limerick
I'm s-
about the crab cat.
I'm
Why
so
did you
glad
do
I
that?
have my
We have kids
headphones
watching.
on.
See ya, the crab cat.
The Hypogeum
crab
in
cat.
Malta has similar mysteries. Discovered in 1902, this underground structure also features unusual
Isn't owning the back rooms, isn't the whole point, like it starts becoming corporatized? You know, like they try to make money off of it. Alexa, no! Mine's
acoustic
muted.
properties. How the huge stones were cut is still debated.
Giants immortal linked down in the old gibble goblet.
Cave systems in China reveal
What's
extensive
No
tunnels.
wonder. I'm like, why is
South
it kind
American
of
myths
blurry?
describe vast underground networks. Geological surveys have detected hollow spaces deep beneath the surface, but our technology can't reach
Pyramids. Do you see that? See it? It's right there. Enhance. Enhance it.
them. There is one
Oh my
place
God, I forgot our
underground that our
tinfoil
technology
hats.
can reach,
We're gonna
which raised
die.
a few
The
questions.
5G.
Geologists
the
studying
5G
the
is
Chicxulub
gonna get
impact
to
crater on
us.
the Yucatan Peninsula found layers of rock transformed
5G.
by intense heat and pressure, but not from above, from below.
5G.
According to Lacerta, these aren't random formations. They're scars, evidence of a war for copper.
I'm safe now.
We know what killed the dinosaurs. An asteroid hit the
Younger
Yucatan
Dryas.
Peninsula about 66 million years ago. The impact left iridium in the geological record. But Lacerta says we have it backwards. The iridium wasn't from space. It was fallout from a nuclear weapon that used copper as fuel.
What's so fancy about copper?
When copper undergoes nuclear fusion under specific conditions, it creates elements that shouldn't exist.
Copper is a very important material. If you induce a high electromagnetic field
They
in the
went all
right
out for
angle,
this.
you
They
produce an
got their
overcrossing
AI.
of fluctuating fields. The fusion of copper with other elements in such a magnetic radiation field chamber can produce a force field of special
It's not
nature
Hershey
that
Kiss,
is
it's
very
tinfoil
useful
hat.
for various technological
It's
tasks.
tinfoil
Oh,
hat.
thanks.
Okay?
That clears it up.
Tinfoil hat.
What is she talking about? I don't speak lizard.
She said copper can produce
Lizard.
energy fields that can manipulate gravity, space, and time. UFOs use this for propulsion. The craft creates a field oppositely aligned with the Earth's magnetic field.
Oh, so now you speak lizard.
I said I just hate that AI's everywhere. Like, sure, let it be an option for people. That's debatable in and of itself. But can I like go throughout my day without just being bombarded by it constantly?
When the same poles from two magnets are close to each other, they create a repelling field. UFOs use copper fusion to create a field that pushes against the Earth's magnetic field. This is how they fly.
It actually makes sense.
Does it?
But the magnetic field of the
Does
Earth
that
is
make
constantly
sense?
moving. The UFOs have to adjust their alignment, and this is hard to do. Sometimes they fail. That's what happened in Roswell in 1947.
It actually
Two
makes
ships
sense.
crashed. According to
Why
Lacerta,
does this so much?
two alien species discovered Earth at the same time millions of years ago. Humanoids from Procyon arrived first. They built copper mines in Antarctica and Asia, and their ships filled the skies. Then another species arrived, reptilians with their own copper fusion technology, and they wanted Earth's copper. The Procyons refused to share. The war lasted months. The Procyons were winning until the reptilians deployed their ultimate weapon,
sounds like it
a
makes sense
copper
to you. Make it
fusion
sound
bomb.
gravy.
It detonated in Yucatan.
That's how it works.
They expected it to kill all surface life while preserving mineral deposits, but something went wrong. Earth's seawater triggered a chain
That was like Twilight. Oh my gosh.
reaction, and the nuclear winter lasted 200 years. And most dinosaurs died, but some escaped underground. One species, an advanced iguanodon, evolved into the tern, Lacerta's ancestors.
It did.
Before the extinction event, iguanodons were evolving to walk on two
It did,
legs,
though.
and they were evolving an opposable thumb.
Your human scientists
No, this still is not as ridiculous as the final level of Scientology. To be so honest with you, like I don't know.
today see the iridium concentration in the ground as an evidence for an asteroid impact that killed the dinosaurs.
If she's a lizard, why
That
does
is
she have
not
normal teeth?
true.
Why does she wear a lipstick?
But how should you know that?
Why she got
Modern
eyeshadow? and
militaries
stuff?
are trying to recreate
I'm-
copper
Maybe they like makeup down there too, but I'm just saying, like, it's weird. Why does she have normal teeth? I thought she'd have like biters.
fusion technology. But Lacerta says they're following blueprints they don't understand. The
Honestly,
process
though, if I was going
requires
into
a deeper
battle,
knowledge,
I would have
not just of
I would
physics,
have
but of
lipstick
biology.
on.
Because the
Gotta
real
look good,
power of
wouldn't my
copper
dad?
fusion isn't just about manipulating matter. It's about manipulating human consciousness.
I'll be honest, they already lost me. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. We're only halfway through.
During the
I have
second
no
interview with
idea what's
OK,
happening.
Lacerta demonstrated the
What
Terran's
is it,
psychic
people?
abilities. First, telekinesis. Lacerta held out her hand. His hot coffee froze instantly. A pencil rose from the table.
Oh my
OK
God.
was stunned.
This isn't magic. It's biology. We are
Is it biology? I know biology. This is not sound like biology.
able to use
Look,
telepathy.
Wigglebutt's gagging behind me. She doesn't think this is biology either, right? Right? This isn't biology, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I understand.
And telekinesis from our birth. The structure of our brain is a little bit different and more active than yours, especially when we are in sunlight. When we are on the surface and we meet human beings, we are able to touch their mind and induce them via telepathy the command, see us as one of your kind. The
Listen.
weak human mind will accept this order without refusing, and they will see us, despite our reptilian look, as normal humans.
Wait, lizard people could be anywhere, looking all human-y.
At any
It could be.
time? Why? What's the purpose?
The
Point
most
it.
important thing in our lives is, before we have come to this world in general, not only on New Year's Eve, but basically every day to cultivate.
I knew it! Daddy Illuminati!
The Turn are not the Illuminati.
Okay. Ugh.
Different reptilians are. Lacerta's people avoid humans, but another reptilian race controls Earth. If you know David
So
Icke's
it's not
work,
her people,
her story
it's another
confirms
people?
a lot of it.
You mean this hack? He was a hack! David Icke? He
Said
was
that a
literally
race
a
of
hack.
shape-shifting reptilians from the Draco star system
Okay, so now
has
I can just
infiltrated the
ignore
world's
all of
power
it.
structures.
Say that the people that actually live on the island are part of this. There are people. There's a network on the island that are
big time. The Isle of Wight's a beautiful place, and if you pick up the
No,
higher
he's not even that
levels,
cool.
the vibrational levels of it, it's a very pleasant place to be. But my goodness me, there is a network of Freemasons, Satanists, and pedophiles that run this island.
And this is
they run its
police,
government,
the government,
all-
everything.
They're
Yeah, they didn't
disguised as
make robots.
leaders
They
in
weren't even
finance,
conscious.
media, and politics. They
I
manipulate
could be aware of being unhappy.
global events, steering us toward a one-world government.
This is common knowledge.
Ike says they operate from the moon, an artificial base built by ancient aliens.
Hollow moon link down in your bento box.
The moon broadcasts frequencies that create negative emotions. The reptilians feed on this.
Humans are lizard
Yeah, it
people
looked
lunch
totally
episode.
believable.
Link down in your, I got nothing.
Yeah, I've covered bits and pieces of Ike's work here and there, but he needs his own episode. He has a lot of interesting theories.
Bex.
Now, if you want to see that, let me know. All right, where
Sure.
we at?
The lizard lady was throwing pencils around and manipulating you weak-minded humans.
Right. Old K sees Lacerta's true
I don't
form
think he
only.
should be calling humans weak-minded. I mean, maybe so compared to aliens, but he's a goldfish. How could he even remember things longer than 5 seconds? Not to shade a talking fish or anything, you know. But I'm just saying, you know, he asking the serious question. That's the point, is to ask questions, right? I'm really curious.
Because she allows it. She normally appears as an attractive brunette.
What? Nobody wants to appear as a chunky ginger.
Be nice. Lacerta says that humans have these same abilities, but the Illogym suppress them, and some governments are aware of this. The Pentagon's ESP research wasn't just about human
It's very
psychics.
unhinged.
They studied sites where magnetic field fluctuations altered children's brainwaves. The classified report concluded the Illogym left something in human DNA, and whatever it is, it's waking up.
Waking up how? What did they leave in there? Where did they leave?
Earth's magnetic
me
North Pole
up.
is moving faster than
Can't
ever
wake
recorded,
up.
about 35 miles per year. The world magnetic model can't keep up, and scientists don't fully understand why. Lacerta says these disturbances are part of the Illogym's plan. They built triggers into human DNA, programming that activates under specific conditions. The shifting magnetic field affects human consciousness.
The Illogym didn't just want workers.
Oh my god, stop with the AI. She just looks so ridiculous. I don't know.
They wanted
Look
weapons.
at her mouth, like, shaky.
Living weapons that would evolve exactly
Vtuber
as planned.
DNA.
Your rapid technological advancement wasn't an accident. It was programmed into your DNA.
Where are
Three
you looking,
aliens-
Lacerta? I'm over here. I don't think I want to marry her anymore, bros. Oh. Sad music. I feel just a little let down, you know? I just... I really thought that this was my chance to marry a beautiful lizard lady, you know? And I just don't think it's gonna happen. She's not wife material. Her mouth is shaky. She's wearing lipstick for some reason. I want an actual lizard lady, you know? No, you can't have her. You can't have her, but I am bummed. I can't fix her.
Species are coming for
She's
Earth.
AI.
One needs human genetics, another wants hydrogen from our oceans, and the third wants copper for weapons. The Illogym engineered us to defeat them all.
Your creators didn't just give you intelligence, they gave you aggression,
She's got
territorial
highlights.
instincts, pack mentality. They built you to fight. The seventh version wasn't their final creation. It was their first successful prototype.
So the Illogym
Yeah,
aren't
she is
coming to
fixable
destroy
because she's
humanity. They're
AI.
coming to complete what they started. The question isn't whether we'll survive, it's whether we'll still be human when they're done.
Hopefully not. Hopefully this will all end.
When the Lacerta files landed on the web in the early 2000s, it got people's attention. Dinosaurs killed by alien wars, humans engineered by ancient astronauts, Underground reptilian cities, magnetic fields controlling human consciousness. It's an incredible story and has a lot of
and then
supporters.
it's not real.
But is it true?
No!
Let's separate
No,
fact from
AJ.
speculation. Derinkuyu exists. It's an underground city in Turkey, extending roughly 280 feet below the
that's beautiful.
surface. Its ventilation system still fascinates engineers.
How much would I bet someone bought it or like owned it and vacation? No, it's probably an actual artifact, like an actual like structure that's protected. But like, I just love the idea of someone like you could totally see Elon Musk being like, "I want it," right? Like, it totally. He's like, "I'm buying this. How much? Here's $6 billion. I'm gonna go sleep in my cave system and live underground like a farmer."
Some say the stonework shows signs of advanced
Hi,
technology, but most
welcome.
experts believe that people were just really talented. The Malta Hypogeum is
Oh, I would
famous
totally
for its
stay in
acoustic
there.
properties. Chambers are tuned to 110 hertz, and nobody knows why. The site's stonework is also very precise. While no mainstream evidence suggests it's beyond Neolithic
It's a
capabilities,
historical
the
site that
skill
makes sense.
involved is still
Hi,
impressive.
welcome.
The geological surveys confirm vast cave networks winding deep beneath the Earth's surface. And this brings out the hollow Earth theories. Now, until we can see with our own eyes, all we can do is guess. Deep sea monitoring stations record.
I think Hollow Earth is possible in that there could very well be things unstudied in the core of the Earth that exist that we don't. But I think there's a whole other civilization living in there. No, if anything, there's probably like hidden secret civilizations in our oceans. That's just relatively still very unexplored. What is the percentage? I think like humans have explored maybe 12% of our oceans. It might be more, but I remember like thinking like, wow, we haven't really explored the ocean at all. How much of the oceans? 20%. 20% of the ocean's been explored, which means 80% is still vastly unknown. So, like, if anything, I'd put my bets on us having some, like, cool, weird mermaid people or something. Then, like, the people living in the dirt. Getting closer and closer to the magma center of the Earth. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Unexplained sounds like the bloop. Experts say they're ice quakes or
The bloop! That's such a cute name! What are you? I'm the bloop!
marine life. Maybe, but parts of the ocean are too deep to reach for now.
Megalodon,
Chicxulub
maybe.
crater
I think,
marked an
I think
asteroid
right
impact.
now we think the Megalodon is extinct. But there could very well be some
Like the
down there.
killed
They
di-
just found like a super colossal squid like a few years ago.
Dinosaurs, and most scientists agree. But there are some who say that the heat and pressure came
Basal
from below.
gigantism?
The scientists
Yeah.
laugh at those people. But honestly, the asteroid killing the
So right.
dinosaur theory is pretty new. When I was a kid, people got laughed at for believing this. It wasn't until the early 1990s that the crater was found. So as always, the only thing separating a conspiracy from the truth is time.
Oh,
Our own
people!
evolution raises questions too. It took early humans hundreds of thousands of years to refine stone tools. Then suddenly agriculture, written language, advanced technology. Now, anthropologists say once we learned to write, technology could accelerate because now we had a way of passing information along.
Well, if you're a believer in Graham Hancock, who say that that hasn't happened before this time? We don't know. There's millions of years that humans have existed on, like, pebble in space, So, like, having us be that advanced for, like, I don't know, a couple million compared to how long we've actually been on the planet, I don't think that that's, like, too weird. Maybe we've done it all before. I don't know. Could we have some archaeologists in the community? And last time I mentioned Graham Hancock, you guys were super skeptical about it. And I'd love to pick your brains more about like why you think he's a hack. Because when I look at this, like when I read his book Fingerprint of the Gods, and when I watched his show Ancient Apocalypse, a lot of it seems like it makes sense.
Open-minded about the ancient advanced civilization
NASA
theory,
has a
but I'm not
megalodon.
full
Oh my god, it'd be
believer.
so cool.
Still, I'll watch and read anything that Graham Hancock puts out. Earth's magnetic pole moves between 25 and 35 miles per year, the fastest rate ever recorded. It's definitely happening. Now, I
Yeah,
don't
please
think
talk to
aliens
me about
caused
it sometime.
But if you
I
want
love
nightmares
that.
about pole shifts, watch
We'll
our
do
episode
another
on the
stream
Adam
where
and
we'll
Eve
talk
story.
about Graham
Adam and
Hancock.
Eve nightmare fuel link down in your honey hole.
Now, read the transcripts. It's either scientific genius or nonsense, and I'm not smart enough to tell. It's full of terms like quantum technology for bubble walking in the omniverse, and
What's
reptilian parathalamus matter
bubble
interaction.
walking? I
Who
want to
wrote this
bubble
thing,
walk.
Terrence Howard?
Please don't say that.
Wait, what did you say about Terrence Howard?
It's full of terms like quantum technology for bubble walking in the omniverse, and reptilian parathalamus matter interaction.
Who wrote this thing, Terrence Howard?
Have we talked about Terrence Howard on here? I'm pretty sure we were talking about Terrence. There's a video on Terrence Howard. I would
Please
love to
don't
show
say that.
you.
He watches this channel. Now, the biggest problem with the Lacerta files
Terrence
story
Howard watches this channel. He probably does.
is that old K's identity has never been confirmed. He's called K after
Terrence
Tommy Lee Jones's
Howard.
character
Oh my
from
god,
Men in
we're
Black.
watching. Okay, that's what we're
Johnny
doing.
Men in Black, the Galaxy Defenders.
True or not, the Lacerta files is a fun read. Now, so far, there's no documented proof of contact with non-human intelligence. Every year we get teased about disclosure, but I won't hold my breath. I think we've had contact, but I don't think they're going to tell us. And you've heard me say that I don't think UFOs are from another planet. If you look at the ancient structures underground, the patterns in our history, the anomalies in our DNA, the evidence doesn't point to something from another world. It points to something that never left.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think it's some lizard people that created us. Something.
Thank you so much for hanging out today. My name is AJ, that's Hecklefish.
We had him in.
That was a lot. That was so much. I think this might have been my least favorite Y-Files video. Because the whole premise was ridiculous. Like, it wasn't even something that I felt like could be believable. Or something that, like, you know what I mean? Sense? I felt like your thumbnail. What do you mean? Terrence Howard is a mathematical genius. Okay, so there's 2 videos on Terrence Howard that came out in the past 6 months. And one of them, I don't necessarily... Okay, so both of them have... I'm just letting you know now. Say things that I don't really fully agree with. So I'm just putting that out there now. People have their own and like opinion. For example, on different podcasts and appearances that Terrence Howard has. So if we're watching this, they mention a podcast I like. I don't have that same. I'm just putting that out there now for you to take in. But I think the meat of what's wrong. Sorry, I'll turn myself up. Did you hear what I said? I said there's a lot of, so they're going to talk about different podcasts that they like and don't like, and they're going to be very critical of them. I don't agree with the personal opinions of the people in these videos. I want to focus on Terrence Howard because Terrence Howard is such an interesting person to me. But if you hear them talk about, oh, that's a podcast I like and they don't like it, Reina doesn't like it. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I have zero opinion. This is a video about Terrence Howard. Okay. So let's see. I think the best one to watch is probably this other one because, okay, so this one video, one's called The Worst Kind of Stupid Person, and the other one is Terrence Howard is legitimately insane. Which one do you want to watch? Also, I'm gonna go and check on my meatballs really quick. I fed them already, but I'm just gonna go check on them very quickly. Yeah, I just don't want you guys thinking that because I'm putting this on, you're gonna think that I believe this stuff. Just like the whole point of this stream is to question things and ask questions and have a conversation and laugh about silly things, you know? So, like, don't think that just because I'm talking to you about stuff that I'm like, I believe this. Or, yeah, that podcast is this, because I really don't care. I can't tell you enough how much I don't care. Legitimately insane. Okay. We'll watch that one. It's a longer one. After this, I'm gonna have to go and get ready for ASMR tonight. But let me go really quick and check on my meatballs, and I'll be right back. 5 minutes. I got tea. I got tea. Think she's not crazy? Exactly what a lizard woman would say. Okay, so this is it's Professor Dave Explains, and we're gonna go through the myth, the legend that is Terrence Howard. Okay? Are you ready? Here we go. It's a sweet wild orange tea. I usually drink it in the evenings because it's calories free and it's very sweet. It's like a dessert, but it's a tea. At least put on a tie. He's not like, you drink tea and it's caffeine free. It's decaf sweet orange tea.
Hey everyone, I've been getting a lot of requests lately as to who to debunk next, and several dozen of you have asked me to address the complete insanity that was Terrence Howard's recent appearance on Joe Rogan's podcast. While I normally avoid lunatics of this caliber, I felt this one was worth addressing for a few reasons.
I don't
so
have
let's
a
take
personal
closer
opinion.
look. If you don't know who Terrence Howard is, he's an actor. I'll be honest, I've never seen him act in anything. He was in a really popular TV show that I didn't watch, and I've never seen any of his movies. He might be a great actor, he might suck.
He was in
I don't
Iron
know,
Man.
and I don't care. What's more important is his extracurricular activities
This
as
was
a
person of all time.
delusional narcissist who thinks he's the smartest person in human history. I don't know exactly when he started showing the world his god complex, but it was way before the Rogan appearance, so let's go back just a bit. Here he is making a total fool of himself on the red carpet at the Emmys in 2019.
Oh,
I've made some
Terrence.
discoveries in my own personal life with the science that, Pythagoras was searching for. I was able to open up the flower of life properly and find the real wave conjugations that we've been looking for 10,000 years. Why would I continue, walking on water for tips when I've got an entire generation to teach a whole new world?
Well, that's a lot. That's a lot. Why would I keep walking on water for tips? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Bisecting photosynthesis. I really do like this guy. Please, just hold your thoughts.
That's a big remark.
Okay, let's break this down. The science that Pythagoras was searching for. Pythagoras was a philosopher and mathematician. The only things he did that could be considered part of the embryonic stages of science were ideas like the harmony of the spheres, where the planets moved according to the frequencies of musical notes, which of course was just baseless conjecture and whimsy, coincidentally Terry's two favorite things. He says he was able to open up the flower of life properly. That's this. The idea of opening this up doesn't mean anything. It's just 19 overlapping circles. If you pull them apart, you get 19 circles.
He's opening them up. Because when you take the flowers, the 19 circles, and you separate them, you're opening them up to take in more information. He's not understanding. You see, he doesn't understand what Terrence... I get Terrence. I see you, Terrence. I understand, Terrence.
Yes, it's nice and pretty looking. Shapes are neat. Real wave conjugations, meaningless. Conjugation is something you do to a verb in an inflected language according to tense, number, and person. Here's a conjugated Italian verb. In biology, the word is used to describe horizontal transfer of genetic material between bacteria. You can't conjugate a ham sandwich, and you can't conjugate a wave. 10,000 years is a random number that goes farther back than all of recorded history. He tosses out walking on water to foreshadow his blatant messiah complex.
That's what I was like, what, you think you're some kind of messiah? You think that you're like Lisa Nagaib? I don't think so. What do you mean? Lisa Nagaib! Terrence Howard! Like, what do you mean that you can you're walking on water for tips? What?
And he has absolutely nothing to teach even a small child, let alone an entire generation. That's a big remark, says the interviewer,
conjugate your
clearly
dinner
pretty
tonight.
desperate to get out of this ridiculous conversation without directly insulting him.
What do you intend to do?
Well, let me put it this way. All energy in the universe is expressed in motion. All motion is expressed in waves. All waves are curved. So where does the straight lines come from to make the baton?
Just to make sure that you guys know what we're dealing with here. Terrence Howard believes like 1 times 1 is 0, or is 1 times 1 is 2. Like he literally thinks that 1 times 1 is 2. It says Terrence believes that 1 times 1 should equal 2 because if 1 multiplied by itself equals 1, then 2 would be of no value. He literally thinks that elementary math is wrong. that is who we're dealing with. Just so we are all clear. We are all clear, okay? This man is not making sense. I just want to make sure we all know. That alone discredits him for me.
Solids. There are no straight lines.
What?
So when I took the flower of life and opened it properly, I found a whole new wave conjugations that expose the in-between spaces.
You think he did ayahuasca? Do you think that's what this is? People who do ayahuasca tend to have that like higher sense of like that higher ego about themselves. I'm just like, where, like, how do you get to this point? Like, how do you really think this? It's the substance. Yeah, he's on the substance.
Trigonometry. What is the
platonic solids?
How is energy expressed exactly? By motion? Whatever he could mean by that, he's wrong. For example, potential energy is the energy held by an object by virtue of its position in a field, like a gravitational or electromagnetic.
This is literally middle school. Potential and kinetic. This is literally middle school. Terrence, please.
No motion, yet energy. Matter can be converted to energy. No motion required. No, not all motion is expressed in waves. The motion of a wave is a wave. Periodic motion can be expressed with a wave. Linear motion also exists. Hence, straight lines exist. What are platonic solids?
The forbidden fruit of knowledge,
convex,
disease
regular
beyond us,
polyhedra
probably.
in three-dimensional
We're
Euclidean
all just
space.
stupid.
Regular polyhedron means that all the sides are the exact same shape, that shape being a particular regular polygon, which means a two-dimensional shape with all the sides and angles being equal. There are 5 of them, and they were conceived of as hypothetical abstractions, just like everything else in geometry. And just for fun, if you take a simple cubic lattice structure for an ionic solid, you can get those straight lines he said don't exist. Again, he did not open any flower of life. He did not conjugate any waves. He doesn't specify what these spaces are and what they are between, or how they hold anything together. In short, it's pseudo-spiritual bullshit, and these anchors are justifiably laughing their asses off. Let's get one more tidbit.
I'm sharing that on Tuesday when I receive my star. I'm going to be able to prove that gravity is only an effect and not a force. I'm putting something on YouTube where I will build the planet Saturn without gravity.
Tell
and
me
build
more,
the Milky Way
Terrence Howard.
galaxy without gravity.
Did you also say you're getting your star?
Yeah.
On the Walk of Fame?
On the Walk of Fame.
Interestingly enough, in the context of general relativity, you can argue that gravity is an effect and not a force. But it does not follow, then, that gravity isn't real. And it gets much worse from there. He's going...
I am a 7,000-year-old demon queen, okay? I can't help that I was born this way. But Terrence Howard believes that 1 times 1 is 2. I think we should focus on that rather than, you know, the cute demon in the corner of the screen. No matter how cute she is. And she's very cute.
Going to build Saturn and build the Milky Way galaxy? How exactly? Like in a simulation? That needs gravity. If he built a planet or a galaxy with his hands, I would worship him as the one true God. But something tells me that in reality, he's been watching some electric universe frauds on YouTube, and now he thinks he's smarter than Einstein.
And we've come to find that the universe, they are abandoning the standard model, the ideas of black holes and dark matter, for an electric model of the universe that is in response to the Birkeland currents and all these things. It's a better version, a better vision of how we should see the universe.
I'm pretty sure, I can't remember where this was. I can't read this. I'm pretty sure he was at like a very prestigious university talking about this stuff with scientists, like with students.
That's how I see it, and I think it should be explored.
Bingo! Terry binged some Thunderbolts project videos and is repeating what he heard as though he thought of it. Then this woman tries to change the subject again, and he starts whining about not ever having been nominated for an Emmy. Anyway, this is the magnitude of nut job we are dealing with, but it gets much worse. Around that same time, Terrence started yapping about his new form of math, which he dubbed, I shit you not, Terryology, and which
Terryology.
included the startling new revelation that 1 × 1 is 2.
Yep,
Which
I told you.
prestigious mathematics journal did he select to announce this groundbreaking development? The View. Let's take a look.
And
Oh
when
my
I was
God,
at
The View.
Oxford, now this
The View. Again, I have no opinions.
is the point where 4 bubbles meet equally and oppositely. Yes, and it's where 12 planes meet. This is an undiscovered geometry that I'm now making known to the world here on this show.
Isn't that fantastic?
No, it doesn't make sense.
Well, when I was at Oxford,
It doesn't.
they were so upset because how can a man that didn't graduate from one of their prestigious schools come and tell them that the square root of
Oh,
2
he can because he's rich enough. So he's gonna come and he's gonna talk about his stuff, despite he didn't graduate from. I'm pretty sure he didn't graduate high school. I'm pretty sure he got a GED, which there's no shame, absolutely no shame. Great minds do think differently. I'm happy that there are people out there who try to think outside the box because that's how new discoveries are made, and especially like when you're in a field where you have people who do follow a certain procedure and maybe tend not to venture outside the box, the science community is known for that, you know? So, like, I'm not saying that him not having a degree is a problem, but what I am saying is, like, his hubris and his ego and thinking that he came up with something that no one else, you know, has ever done before. Maybe there's a reason, and maybe you should surround yourself with actual people who do this for as a profession to get that insight before you just start making terryology. Terryology. I'm taking my tinfoil hat off because nothing can save us from this. We're all doomed. We're all doomed. We're doomed. Don't go on the freaking View. I know. Well, you know, the View, they're there to be like your cheerleaders. You know, I feel like they're the Hufflepuffs of the media. You know, you're just going there, you talk about yourself, and they're like, oh my gosh, so cool. There's no critical thought happening. But like, I guess my problem with him being like, oh, they can't believe that a man who didn't graduate from a prestigious university came up with this. And it's like, no, I think they can believe it because you did no type of critical thought, no research, didn't surround yourself with other people who think differently from you. You just keep going down your rabbit hole and surrounding yourself with yes men who are just gonna smile and nod politely. Anyway. That's my rant.
2 was a rational number, and I said I didn't come to tell you guys this. I just came to prove to you.
Yeah, I
it's a
think being
rational number,
intelligent
and
means knowing
they
that you're not.
They didn't like it.
You heard right. Terrence presented his bullshit at Oxford,
It
and the
was
smart
Oxford.
people laughed at him.
It was Oxford, Terry. It was Oxford.
But why would they laugh at poor old Terry? Do you think the ladies of The View will be a more receptive audience?
Yes.
Well, you have to remember our entire world economy is based on 1 × 1 = 1.
Yeah, our entire economy is based on 1 × 1 = 1. Well, economics does involve numbers, so it should obey the basic logic surrounding numbers that even children can understand. So what's the problem?
So if you can prove that an action times an action equals a reaction, which
dead.
science proves, then 1 × 1 must equal more
Sorry,
than 1.
I talked
an
over
action
him.
times
Well, economics does involve numbers, so it should obey the basic logic surrounding numbers that even children can understand. So what's the problem?
So if you can prove that an action times an action equals a reaction, which science proves, then 1 × 1 must equal more than 1.
No, because the action, it's one thing. It's one action. Terry, why are you not getting this? It's one action, Terry. He doesn't have a point. Do not. You have one action. And guess what? That action's happening one time. It's one time. You're only doing that action once. Do you have 2 actions? No, Terry. You don't have 2 actions. You have one that you did one time.
And to have the physical proof of it, that kind of shakes things up a bit.
He's a free thinker.
Wow, if you can prove that an action times an action equals a reaction. Okay, numbers are not actions. They're numbers, so that doesn't mean anything. An action times an action also doesn't mean anything because actions are not numbers. Also, no, two actions do not necessarily cause a reaction, no matter what he could possibly mean by reaction. If two forces are acting on an object that are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction, the object won't move. Two actions, no reaction. Sorry, Terry. But more importantly,
I love how you said that. Sorry, Terry.
than
He's so
demonstrating how
done.
everything he just said is bananas idiotic, let's review what multiplication is. Multiplication is an elementary arithmetic operation which is essentially repeated addition. 1 times 4 literally means the number 1 4 times, and then you add them up. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 4. 1 times 3. Write 1.
I haven't watched this since it came out.
3 times. Add them up. You get 3.
Whoa.
1 times 2.
Whoa.
1
We're learning
twice.
math. You know, we're really bad at math here. I think we're still better than freaking Terry, but the bar is really low. So, you know.
1 plus 1 is 2.
We're doomed.
1 times 1 means you write 1 1 time. So it's 1.
There's the video.
There's nothing
Chloe.
to add. His revolutionary discovery
No,
is
but I'm
just
right
him
with the bagel. I'm right with the bagel. Okay, I will die on this hill. I will have Professor D explain why I'm right.
being dumber than a toddler. And toddlers do like to shake things, so this lady isn't wrong.
Well, you're a shaker-upper.
Let's be clear, there are only 2 possibilities. 1,
Did you see that episode of South Park where they had oh my god, the guy who made the Titanic movie and he does the Avatar series. He loves submarines and commented on Ocean. James Cameron. Yeah, James Cameron. They had James Cameron go into the ocean to raise the bar because the bar for society was so low. He went deeper to the ocean to try to raise the bar. It's so stupid, but that's how I feel right now. Like we're just too far gone right now. This is insane. Like there has to be some kind of level that we can all agree on in terms of like facts about the world. Yeah, I had Honey Boo Boo and Cartman like fighting in the like mud. It's just ridiculous.
Terrence Howard is doing a Joaquin Phoenix-style extended piece of performance art and is therefore profoundly brilliant. Or 2, he's a delusional narcissist incapable of living his life without pretending that he's the smartest person in human history. Or let's be honest, a god. I'm putting my money on the latter because I've seen this all before. Pick your favorite flat earther.
And then Randy Newman was down there.
This is their defense mechanism, too. The smallest of minds can't face a world that doesn't
watched it,
recognize
like,
their
2 weeks
self-proclaimed
ago.
brilliance. So unleash a word salad, convince yourself it's science, and hope that nobody challenges you on it.
Everything inherently is dielectric because it has matter, and then it has a relationship within the medium, the universal background, the absolute frame of reference, the field of energy that is the ether. It receives energy from that.
These types of people enact the most impressive mental gymnastics imaginable.
Oh, thank you so much for being a member for 4 months. I mean, I gotta go, but I want to come out of the look and admit that I... Stop it! Get out of here! I'll see you later. Thanks. Thank you. You guys are so dumb.
To maintain their own ego, and the more I encounter it, the less I find it cute or entertaining. It's a disease that infects impression.
Wow, that's what I mean. Like, there's so much information going around nowadays that there's no one has any idea what's going on because it's the people who are trying to say things like that are actual facts, people who are like saying just bonkers things that everyone's supposed to agree with. You know what I mean? Like, those guys are so much louder than the actual factual people. Or maybe the facts just aren't as fun. So you see this, like, spreading of misinformation that, like, really has a strong impact on what people believe or experience in their everyday. And it's insane. Yeah, there's no critical thinking. Like, I'm like, it's like your grandma who sees a video of, like, Jesus Christ walking down the street, and she's like, oh my God, Jesus, he came back to us. And she shares it with her 50 Facebook friends. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's AI, grandma. It's AI. it's AI. I just wish that there was some kind of baseline, you know? I feel like the baseline is just like non-existent now. But that's Charlie.
People and measurably worsens society. It's not something to simply laugh at, although we are going to laugh quite a bit more before I return to this thread in my conclusion. So as promised, let's dive into his very recent appearance on Joe Rogan's podcast. It's 3 hours long, so we aren't going to hit every moment. Rest assured, he was completely insane from top to bottom. But let's just go through some highlights.
My first memory was almost like when you're dreaming and you're falling and you hit the bottom and you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first memory, but I didn't wake up here. I was inside my mother's womb. And I was about maybe 6 months inside the womb.
He comes out hot in the first
So
30 seconds,
6 months.
claiming that he remembers being in his mother's womb. I'll remove the suspense for you. No, he didn't. That's physically impossible. Got any proof, Terry?
I remember all of that.
How could you have proof of that?
I remember being compressed. I remember being born. I remember being circumcised. I remember the whole nine. And the proof of it was when my
First of
wife
all, how
managed to-
boring would it be if he was just in there at 6 months and was like looking around? It's like, what did you do, Terry? Just bounce around in there? Like, I'm like, what did you, like, what do you mean? How bored were you? You just got a super brain, you know? He was super smart, so he remembers everything. He's freaking Professor X. Like, clearly. We're all just wrong.
When she was 6 months pregnant with my son, Kieran, I wanted to prove to her what I was talking about. So I put a light on her stomach every day at 6 o'clock at night. And I would move that light back and forth, and I'd put a song on for a week straight. First thing he wanted to do is see light. He loved lights from that early stage, and I can ask him the square root of 2, the square root of 5, the square root of that, the square root of pi, the square, and he will run it off.
Insane. First of all,
So his proof.
what does knowing the square roots of anything have to do with, like liking lights? Also, babies just like lights. Babies just like lights. They literally do just like light. They're drawn to bright, shiny things. That's why you have iPad babies now who just sit and poke at a screen all day because they like lights. They like bright colors. I don't know what that's proving. Why are you putting a light on this lady's stomach for this child? Like the music, I think that's been proven. Like babies love music, you know, so that makes sense. But like, why? Look at mom. He's shedding his chrysalis. He's having his metamorphosis. Yeah, they crave stimulus, right? Exactly. Of the square roots according to teriology. I hope he didn't teach his child teriology. But like, I just mean like that doesn't prove anything, right?
Of him remembering being born is a random anecdote about his wife's pregnancy, his kid liking light, and a lie about his son being able to do math that Terry himself can't do. But there's more.
And then when I was about 5 years old,
I shouldn't have drank my tea.
I had another dream, and it was this mansion, and he would hand me these shapes, and each shape was different and amazing, and I had access to all the knowledge. The proof of it is the 97 patents that I have now. The proof of it is the industries that I've innovated.
Yes, the proof that he has access to all the universe's
His
knowledge
patents.
is that he has some patents, something that anybody can get for anything and proves absolutely nothing except that he likes to waste money. He's never innovated any industry, that's why he doesn't actually do anything except ramble like a lunatic on podcasts.
You know, I had the
Akashic
great unified field equation.
Yeah, he really does.
I had already put that together, and then at 7, 8, I was working with these things, and then I went through all of the hell that I had to go through.
Yes, he had a grand unified field equation at 7 years old, but he wrote it down once and the dog ate it, and then he forgot what it was. That's why he didn't get the Nobel Prize for physics. Also, his girlfriend goes to another school. That's why you don't know her.
But my intention was to rebuild the periodic table, you know, build a new periodic table.
Yeah, he has 0 that have been approved. He filed for them. He filed patents, but they were not passed through. His uncle works at Nintendo. Man, not another one. All these people's uncles work at Nintendo. My uncle doesn't work at Nintendo. Man, your girlfriend goes to another stream. It's just insane. That's what I'm saying. It's literally insane. I feel like I'm like when I see him and like talking about stuff, because he was everywhere for a while. Like, what are you saying? None of it makes sense. He's on his way to becoming a cult leader, and you know, as a demon, I guess I approve in that way. But like, it's insane.
If I had learned
Edgar,
in college, you know, I went to school for chemical engineering the first year over at Pratt.
Everyone's embarrassed for him.
At
Everyone.
the time, I think it was like 108 elements, and
It's
I
hot.
told the
Ugh,
teacher,
I'm moist because I'm just like so frustrated. Like, I'm getting glistening. Okay, this is just freaking frustrating.
the professor about the relationship between hydrogen on the spectrometer and carbon and silicon and cobalt. And I was like, it's the same exact color, same tone, just doubled in each octave. And he was like, no, each element is the same element and it will always be that element. And I was like, you don't see the relationships.
I'm talking about glistening.
Did you leave
Because
school?
I don't sweat. I don't sweat. You guys are the ones taking it weird.
Or
okay?
did you
I didn't
flunk
say
out
anything
because
wrong.
you kept writing cobalt is an octave of carbon on your exams instead of answering the questions?
And I was going to spend 40 years rebuilding the periodic table, and I found out that Walter Russell had already did that. And he did it based upon the natural curvature of everything.
Walter Russell, who was not a chemist, made this in the 1920s, and it doesn't mean anything. The chemical elements display periodicity. You can illustrate that periodicity
Yeah, I can't
in
fault him
rows.
for the silicone thing because I literally called silicone like an hour ago. So I can't hold him to that one. Because they're just so similar. But literally everything else, yeah,
Or
get
you
him.
can
Get him, queen. Get him.
Make spirals
Get
and
'em.
other shapes. It's arbitrary, and listing elements this way doesn't offer any novel insight into chemistry or any predictive power whatsoever. Terry just likes the shape as much as he likes
You like
pretending to
wavy
understand
shape.
chemistry better than chemists. Or 10th graders, for that
Terrence,
matter.
get
And when
from
you say
behind me.
rebuild the periodic table, what do you mean specifically?
Well, the way the periodic table is laid out, you'll see.
You're right, I'm not the smartest human who's ever lived. I'm the smartest demon that's ever lived. So, you know, who cares about your stupid little elements?
See hydrogen sitting all the way over there by itself, but they don't show that hydrogen has the same tone as carbon.
What do you mean by tone?
Same tone, same key of E. Same key of E. 40.5 hertz. The next one would be
Bye,
like
Dougie. Thank you for
81
coming.
hertz.
Thank
You
you.
go to silicone, it will double up and would be 162 hertz. You'll go to cobalt, and it'll be 324 hertz.
Don't put a heart after
base,
saying
if you
that.
were to take the angles of incidence or the tones that
Yeah.
they create,
Save yourself, Dougie.
you know, their color. Like you can turn color back into sound.
Joe wants
That's the thing. He jumps around. He goes from physics to biology to mathematics to music. It's like, sir, like, what do you do? These things are all very
to
different.
know what the hell he's talking about, and Terry is off to the races rambling about tones. Elements are not tones. They're not notes. They're not keys. They're not anything related to music whatsoever. They're atoms with a particular number of protons in the nucleus. He's throwing out random terminology and random numbers. Angle of incidence has to do with light. Sounds are not colors, and there's nothing more to say about this unparalleled gibberish.
You'll see there's a relationship between hydrogen, carbon, silicon, cobalt, rhodium. They're all bonded. They're all as the middle point between two noble gases. So those things don't really exist. It's only one substance.
No, Terry, those elements exist. Hydrogen and carbon and silicon and cobalt and rhodium are different elements. They are not the same thing. Hydrogen gas is not the same as a hunk of coal, which is not the same as a sample of silicon, and so forth. They're just the halfway point of their respective periods, which is irrelevant.
Yeah, he's just like
Now, the
not even
problem
here.
is,
Like he
the
really
first
is not
thing that
here.
we're able to perceive is hydrogen. That's the first visible element, because before it is too dense for us to perceive it.
What?
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
No, hydrogen is the first element because it's the element with one proton in its nucleus. Elements are defined by the number of protons in the nucleus, and hydrogen has one. That's
Also,
the
all of
smallest.
these can be observed. Like none of these have been like all the elements that we know of, we can see. Of course, you need a microscope to like look at them and observe them, like a very good one to like look at the atoms and whatnot. But like you can see them. You can see them and you know what they make up. They make up other like complex molecules and complex compounds. Like I don't
Positive integer. Of course, you're so insane that even something as trivial as 1 being the smallest positive integer can no longer be taken for granted in your
FNAF
illustrious
theories?
presence.
No,
But
he hasn't.
as you reach into the next octave, the carbon octave, and they call that a bisexual tone, because the carbon has two tones to it. It has a negative side and a positive side. The part where
Proton
lithium behaves.
and electron.
Lithium is a
Positive
is
and negative.
contractive. Beryllium is contractive. Boron is contractive. But the moment you get to carbon, you balance it out. It gets to a
Yeah, a
perfect balance
bisexual
of plus
tone.
and
I love that you
minus
guys are still stuck on the bisexual tone. Yeah, he said bisexual tone.
side. The part where lithium behaves. Lithium
I didn't need to
is-
feel so called out today. I
is
don't, I
contractive.
don't need this.
Beryllium is contractive. Boron is contractive, but the moment you get to carbon, you balance it out. It gets to a perfect balance of plus and minus 4. So it's a double tone.
Carbon is bisexual, you guys. Atoms have sexuality. Elements being contractive is also meaningless. Everything he is saying is meaningless.
And what they've tried to keep from us,
So stupid.
if you want to break water into its
You
component
mute.
parts of
You
hydrogen.
can't mute. No, you have to suffer through this with us. You have to suffer through this with us. You have to. You have to. If we have to experience this, you have to experience this.
And oxygen, all you have to do is introduce beryllium or the sound of beryllium. And oxygen will violently break away from any other thing, even hydrogen, to bond with that beryllium.
Ah, yes, the infamous they. What are they trying to keep from us now?
They.
You want to
It's big element. It's big element. I'm telling you, big element, guys. They're planning something. They don't want us to know. They don't want us to know what actually makes up the things around us. It's so stupid.
perform
Stupid.
electrolysis on water, but how? Not electricity, heavens no. Use beryllium.
We
But
all
wait,
buy
not even beryllium itself, just the sound of beryllium. What's that sound again? Yep, that's what beryllium sounds like. Startling, no? I'm sorry that I made all the water in your body turn into hydrogen and oxygen gas and you're dead now. Elements don't have sounds, but even funnier than that, beryllium is the only alkaline earth metal that does not react with water. Every time he speaks, he's wrong in so many ways simultaneously that it's almost impressive.
The reason that arsenic kills us
I
is
told you
because
guys this would be good. I told you we still have 30 minutes. We still have 30 minutes of teriology.
our
30
DNA
minutes.
has nitrogen and it has phosphorus
He's
in
not
it
in his
because
element.
nitrogen
Shut up.
unwinds into the next octave right after silicon and becomes phosphorus. Our DNA has both of those in there, but it's going by tone. So the moment arsenic, which sits as a -3 on the next octave, the moment arsenic is introduced, the body thinks that, oh, this is my thing that I need. And it tries to wrap itself around the arsenic, but it causes the DNA to unravel.
Wow, arsenic is harmful because it interferes with biochemical pathways. For example, it enacts allosteric inhibition of pyruvate dehydrogenase, which is an
Oh my
enzyme
god, I hate all of this stuff. See, I hate all of this stuff. I do not miss this at all, okay? This was horrible for me.
involved in aerobic respiration. That means it binds to the enzyme, in this case not specifically at the active site, and the interaction changes the shape of the enzyme just enough to render it incapable of carrying out its function.
This is definitely
The cell
better than
can't
the
make
lizard.
ATP,
Absolutely.
so it enacts apoptosis and dies. There are similar effects on other enzymes involved with signaling, DNA repair, and so forth. Virtually anything that's harmful to biological systems is harmful.
Brandon, you here? Brandon, do you have $1.30? Brandon, please. Please, Brandon, they've been bullying me. Please, Brandon, can you fix it? Brandon, please. Please. Please, Brandon, please, Brandon, please. Please. Brandon! You're my only hope. Elements. Just make sure you don't go near beryllium. No, he won't be kicked out of the cult. No, he won't be kicked out of the cult. He won't be kicked out of the cult. It's fine. No, he's here. Thank you, Brandon, if you do. No, he won't. He's fine. He's okay. He won't be kicked out of the cult. I forbid it. You want your beryllium? Now you're dead. Oh, just go near arsenic, because I hear that actually, is something that your body wants,
Because of sophisticated interactions with the cellular machinery, which require knowledge of molecular biology to understand. No, DNA does not wrap around arsenic, nor does it unravel. Terry has no clue what DNA is, what it does, or literally anything about molecules in general.
But nature doesn't allow us to unravel that. But now, with the wave
this isn't
conjugation,
working.
we
What?
can.
No!
We couldn't do that before because we didn't know
Why isn't it
the
working?
angles of incidence that were
Is it me?
necessary to
Did I do
open
something?
these things up. And you couldn't do that with the platonic solids because the platonic solids were averages and approximations.
It really is just breathtaking the way he throws together totally unrelated terminology with this much confidence. What does
He really
one even do
does.
with this?
Constantly.
Wave conjugation, angle of incidence, platonic solids. These don't go together. It's like saying you need 6
Dang.
hammer the
It's
ice
okay,
cream
Ren.
to
Thanks for
monkey
trying.
of
I
11
appreciate
dizzy.
it. It's the thought
Your
that
reaction
counts.
to these two statements should be the same.
I'll just keep
And the
covering it.
platonic solids are specifically
have
the
to look at
opposites
it.
of averages and approximations. They are hypothetical idealized structures. Reality consists of approximations. Again, it's just breathtaking. It's legitimately challenging to come up with sentences that are as wrong as everything he says. It took me several minutes to write the monkey sentence because I kept wanting to write things like monkey of fire, which
Yeah, word salad, because when you call them out on stuff, they have to live in their delusion. It's just
accidentally
how it
make
works.
more sense than I wanted. He has a gift for gibberish.
Because the universe is based off of equanimity, which Einstein
He failed upwards, He never really had to prove himself. Not to say that acting isn't a skill. Hello, I'm a theater kid. It definitely is. But he hasn't had to prove himself by using critical thinking, because he went down a path that focused more on performance. And now that he's getting older, he's trying to go through critical thinking. But because he surrounded himself with yes men the whole time, he has no perception of reality. He just probably has guys who's just like, yeah, that's right. Good job, Terrence. You're so smart, Terrence. Instead of actually surrounding himself with scientific, communities.
left out in his theory of relativity. The balancing side of the gravity.
Shut up
was
reasonably.
caused by electric force. Electricity is always seeking a higher pressure condition.
You know what
which
I
spins-
realize? I know I keep pausing. I'll stop for a second. But what I realize is that it's okay not to know something. I used to be very our channel is very stupid. Our community is very dumb. I do that on purpose because this is fun for me. I love being stupid with you and turning our brains off and just being dumb. That is what I really genuinely enjoy doing with you. But like, I used to be at a point where I felt like if I wasn't the smartest person in the room, or if I didn't know something, there was something wrong with me. But like, man, why didn't I know that equation? Or why didn't I know that fact? Or why didn't I know that that was happening in the news? You know what I mean? No, I love being dumb. You just enjoy being dumb with me. But like, I'm saying, like, now I don't really feel like this pressure to have to like know everything all the time. You cannot know something. You can tell someone, "Hey, I'm sorry, I don't know anything about that. Could you tell me like what you know?" You know, and that's how you learn from the people around you, rather than doing what Terrence does and just BSing his way through everything, and then like suddenly having his own math, and then maybe one day his own religion. Because it seems like he's going down that road of making his own religion. Dumb gang, rise up. Yeah, 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 let's go. Dumb gang, dumb gang. Reina called me dumb. I'm not a maid, I'm a demon. But no, I don't think you guys are dumb. I think we have a very good conversation. But, you know, it's nice to shut our brains off and just be stupid together, right? Don't you agree? I think so. Using your brain all the time, bleh, bleh. That's boring. Some of the stupidity.
Northeast is trying to get to the center of an area, the center
Yeah,
of
he
a
can't
cone.
go back. He has to double
But
down.
the next electric wave is coming, so it gets pushed out, and as it's pushed out, it gets to the vortices.
Yeah, gravity is not electric. Matter specifically disperses from higher to lower pressure. You can't spin
Yeah, my feelings are
northeast.
so
That's a
hurt
cardinal
then.
direction. Center of an area can't mean center of a cone, since areas are two-dimensional and a
Yep.
cone is three-dimensional.
Yep.
And what is pushed out to what vortices? How does this guy do this? We are only 19 minutes in, and it's all like this.
That instead of following the
I
natural
love
curvature
how
of
you
these
guys hate
64
this of
circles
me.
overlapping, they
And you're not going to
average the
keep thinking
space where
points for me.
they
I'm sorry that your brain's so on right now, but it's really fun seeing you guys react.
met. And they invented straight lines.
Who?
Why did
Who
they
are
do that?
they?
Because they believed that the world was flat.
The irony here is that figures like Pythagoras and Parmenides were the first people in recorded history to propose that the Earth is a sphere and substantiate it logically. But more importantly,
Pyramid.
the Platonic solids are just derived from
Oh my god,
playing with
you're right. There's a pyramid, there's a pyramid, there's a pyramid, there's a pyramid.
polygons and making polyhedra. And even more importantly than that, none of this geometry has any correlation with any of the bullshit he's spewing
You can
about
hear
chemistry and
each other
physics.
reacting.
They're utterly separate realms. Then we get to the fancy
Crazy.
animations.
This is hydrogen. And as I was saying, electricity is always trying to get to the center
Oh, he made the
of
he made the flower. He made the
that
flower.
triangle. But it gets pushed out.
That's not hydrogen. It's not even a triangle. And where's the electricity exactly?
8 bubbles me. They gave me the patents to that. I called that the tetrahedron.
Don't worry, guys. He patented the shape. You can patent shapes now. I know the guy who has the patent on the rhombus. He's a billionaire.
Spheres that's going around this, but the greater attractor has grabbed the 2 weaker attractors. And this looks just like a photon, and guess what? It has 30 poles.
How long did it take his 3D animators to just put this in here really quick? He's like, no, this is what I'm seeing, guys. Did you know he didn't do this himself? He did not do this himself.
Photon. Massless, chargeless photons look like this dumb shape he made up because he says so.
This is where 12 bubbles meet, the Aubrians. And then I put 5 of them together, and they make these natural starfish. But then when I put 10 of them together, they lay themselves out, and they predict all distribution of matter.
Does he think he's
within
Iron
the
Man?
electric field.
Hey, he used the magic word, prediction. What do they predict? The distribution of matter what? Where? Show us a prediction, Terry. No? Back to gibberish?
One of the first things, but when Walter Russell came out with
absolutely.
his book, and he introduced his periodic table.
Joe Rogan is a lot of things, but my thing about Joe is what you guys are basically saying. He doesn't really push back a lot because his whole point is to be there as like a conduit for the listener of the person who doesn't know, kind of like what we do. You know, we're like informing ourselves and stuff. But like, I'm like, this is insane. Are you not listening to how insane this is? This is insane. This is insane. Like, is he not, like, what is he thinking? Like, what's going on in his head?
He watched as different people went up and collected Nobel Prizes for deuterium, for tritium, for all.
Yeah, and I think because he never challenges insanity, that opens his audience up to be susceptible to thinking, oh, well, this seems true. You know what I mean? And that's not Joe's fault, but it's just like we're talking about a lack of critical thinking, because if the person who's running the podcast isn't appearing to be critically thinking about the insanity that's being thrusted their way, then how can the audience, you know, who is kind of looking at that person as a leader or like a resource, you know, how are they gonna know to maybe think that? So yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, it's that's like my only thing.
All these things that he had discovered. And I was like, okay, let me wait until
Everyone
the
does it
patents
already.
are granted.
Yeah, I mean, some people would think that's great. Like I said, he's supposed to be a conduit, you know? So it's like, I understand, but I also think, like, Terry is insane. He's crazy.
Walter Russell wasn't a chemist. He was an artist, and he was delusional. That's
he just
why
listened.
you worship
Yeah.
him, Terry. People aren't awarded Nobel Prizes in chemistry for drawing pretty pictures. Urey got a Nobel for discovering deuterium because that actually matters. You just don't know what isotopes are, even though you use that word all the time.
Back to Neil deGrasse. When he wrote his response to my paper, and he said, if you have any other questions, you're going to have to see
Clearly, I
somebody
just
else,
don't
and he wouldn't
get
take
it.
my calls anymore. I was like, okay, so I wrote the book based off of those responses, and I reached out to another.
Wow.
That word all the time.
Back to Neil deGrasse.
Wow.
When he wrote his response to my paper, and he said, if you have any other questions, you're going to have to see somebody else, and he wouldn't take my calls anymore. I was like, okay, so I wrote the book based off
Wow.
of those responses, and I reached out to another guy, Dr. David Tong.
But that would be very, very interesting that would be his take as a public educator, that he wouldn't want to talk to you anymore.
You know why? Because Terrence was probably calling him at freaking 2 o'clock in the morning saying, listen to my idea. You gotta listen to my Terryology. You know that 1 × 1 = 2? Listen to my ideas. I'm a genius. I just need you to recognize my genius. I think I'm a god. Literally, that is why he cut him off, because Terry is not making sense. If I was being confronted with nonsense every day, and I'm a professor, and I have real students who are actually devoted to learning the things I am teaching, then I want to give them my time and not the person who's sending me gibberish and tetrahedrons all day.
Yeah, Terry sent his ramblings to Neil deGrasse Tyson, since everyone who knows 0 things about science
Also, Neil deGrasse Tyson is infamous for not being able to simplify or explain things. You know, he's like so smart that he's unable to relate to the common man, which happens a lot with people who like tend to be geniuses. I mean, he has his own problems too, right? Like, I don't know, he's kind of cringe. But like, what I'm saying is, he wouldn't even be the person for Terry to talk to if Terry was actually trying to learn. Terry just wanted someone who he perceived as smarter than him, and there are very few. He wanted someone who he perceived as smarter than him to give him a pat on the back and congratulate him on. And that wasn't happening.
Assumes that Neil
he's
is
a
the president of
physicist.
science, and Neil was gracious enough to explain to him how everything he says is wrong, probably more politely than I would. But Terry, the narcissist, presses forward, shocked that an intelligent, busy person wouldn't want to waste his time placating a toddler. Joe seems surprised, too, forgetting that educators enjoy educating people, not spending time and energy trying to show an insane person how insane they are. Why this fixation with Neil?
The reason I wanted to talk to him was because of his show, The Cosmos, that he was doing after that incredible guy, you know, Carl Sagan did. The very first episode he had was talking about
I really want to
Giordano Bruno.
watch it Watch Carl Sagan's work.
And he said that Giordano Bruno was looking for that grand unified field equation, and maybe one day somebody is going to do it. And when they do it, it's going to change the world. And I'm like, dude, I've done it. I've got it here.
Right, exactly, Brandon. You're gonna have
Giordano
to
Bruno was
tutor
not looking
parents.
for a grand unified field equation. Quantum physics didn't exist in the 16th century. The concept of fields didn't exist in general. The term was coined by Faraday in the 19th century. This is the problem with science-illiterate morons like Terry. They have no respect for science whatsoever.
And like I said, you guys know what I studied now. I absolutely am not an expert by any means. I don't, I'm not sitting here like, oh, yeah, I knew all of this. Because a lot of the stuff he's talking about, I didn't know. But I'm also not claiming to know all of this stuff, Like, I'm not sitting here like, oh, yeah, I know exactly when quantum physics was founded. I don't know. I don't have to know. But I'm also not Terrence Howard. You know what I mean?
They have no interest in learning basic scientific principles, the history of science, what any scientist did, what scientists are doing now, how to do science. None of it. They are singularly obsessed with the lofty idea of one brilliant insight that can change the world. It doesn't matter what it's called. That's why he keeps saying grand unified field equation, because it doesn't mean anything to him. It's a fun phrase, nothing more. That's what everyone was trying to do since antiquity because he says so, and he's the one who's done it because he says so.
Walter Russell talked about the fact that the sun gave birth to the earth, that it didn't coalesce from some field.
Yeah, I think that's the worst.
Do you guys
talking about acting maybe, but hard scientists are clearly not his word? Absolutely, yeah.
know that the earth is drifting away from the sun?
Always
and
question
all of
itself.
the planets in every solar system is drifting away from their primary at this same exact rate, like 1.5 centimeters. So this is a universal expansion that's happening with everything moving away.
1.5 inches.
So
At least I know the moon is moving 1.5 inches away from the Earth
proven that those galaxies couldn't have formed 13, 14 billion years ago.
I thought it was inches.
But
I
if
could be wrong. Doesn't really matter.
Just add up linearly how long it would take the Earth to go from the sun
4 centimeters, 1.5 inches away from the Earth.
93 million miles away. It's 9 trillion. Hold on.
Let's go.
This is what I'm talking about. He can't be bothered to learn literally anything about astronomy. The expansion of the universe has nothing to do with the dynamics of an individual solar system. The sun did not give birth to the Earth, as though our planet emerged from inside of a star. He knows nothing about planetary formation, and the idea that we have measured this for all other systems, how exactly would that work? We can detect an exoplanet's orbit increasing by a centimeter. How? But sure, play with your calculator that you already told us shouldn't be used because it lies about arithmetic.
Well, because I know they're watching me right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're mad at me.
Exactly.
Who's they?
The people that want that.
Yeah, think of how much we've already learned. We've learned way more than Terrence has, and it's only been 30 minutes. This is incredible.
Our entire world economy is based off of the politicians and the authorities that give the politicians their accreditation. And those authorities, those universities, are all based, their entire...
Oh my God, he has an hour and a half video on specifically the Joe Rogan, Terrence Howard interview. And he has a 45-minute one on Terrence Howard after that. We're going to just have a Terrence Howard day next week. I want to watch even more of this stuff because this is insane. I'm like fascinated. Like, I can't look away. It's like a train crash. Like, I can't look away. It's so stupid.
Curriculum is based off the Platonic solids.
You know
and our world economy is
Terrence
based off of 1 × 1 equaling 1.
You think they fuck with your phone?
Oh, I'm sure of it, because now
Okay, next week, because I have to go get ready for
Look at the
ASMR.
level of paranoia beyond the simple delusions. The shadow government is
terror
watching
drone.
Terry because he debunked the Platonic solids, which are the basis of every economics course in every Rockefeller
That's great,
Jesuit
Hectator.
institution. I'm shocked that he's not a flat earther because this is exactly how they talk.
No, I do not want to cut out of Terrence Howard. Danny DeVito was comforting. Terrence Howard makes me feel like I am being watched in my sleep, and not in a good way. You know what I mean? I don't know in what way that would be a good thing, but you know what I mean.
But don't worry, he's an anti-vaxxer, obviously, and Joe is too.
You took a bold stand, though, years ago when the governments were trying to poison their citizens. You took a very bold stand that nobody else took. That's what I was like, wow, I appreciate you, because I lost 3-4 jobs because I refused to take it. I refused to
I bet you feel better about it now.
Well,
especially when you know all these people that have health problems because of it.
Cancers has increased 300%.
Yeah. All-cause mortality up 40% in some age groups.
Pulmonary embolisms almost up like 500%.
Yeah, wonder what caused that.
No, none of those things are true. You heard them on the internet and believed them. But Terry has a little bit of biochemistry knowledge he wants to share.
I can walk you through what the spike protein did to the BRCA1 gene. That's that gene inside of our DNA that tells us that there's damage that's happening, almost like the crews that go along the highway, and they immediately put up cones every time there's a problem. Well, the spike protein, which is no protein has ever been able to enter into the nucleus of a cell. Not only does it go to the ribosomes and say, hey, you know what? I don't want you to produce whatever protein, like if it was a skin cell, you're not going to produce keratin anymore. You're just going to produce these spike proteins. That spike protein went into the DNA, and it tells the BRCA1 gene, turn off. And that's the gene that says, hey, there's a mutation here. Let's scrap that thing. And so now the cancers are building up.
The spike protein doesn't do anything to any gene. He doesn't know what genes are. Genes don't tell us things. They are instructions for protein assembly. That's why he goes to his pathetic analogy of something he saw on the highway, because he doesn't know how transcription and translation work. There is nothing unique about this spike protein, and he doesn't know what ribosomes do. They translate any mRNA transcript that binds. Making a spike protein doesn't render it incapable of producing other proteins. Spike proteins can't go into DNA. They can't tell a gene anything. They can't turn off genes.
He doesn't know what a
Genes don't
ribosome is, like you
detect
just
mutations. The enzymes they code for are what do that, and he doesn't know what cancer is. This is really pathetic. Let's skip
The
ahead.
cancers are
So is he saying
building
that just
up?
by doing these calculations, it created the exact form of Saturn, including the rings?
Just the exact form of it.
Just with the
So
calculations.
you change the angles of incidence that these linchpins, because remember, each one of these are opposing vortices. So there's 12 vortices to this that are opposing. So once the angles of incidence change, you change the motion and pressure conditions, you can now change the condition or the crystallization.
So he's pretending to explain planetary formation without gravity, and without explaining literally anything about what he's doing. Click a button, the planet is there. What are the dots? Where did the matter come from? How did it arrange itself? Planetary formation is a process.
Yes, he is just using big words to sound smart. Because he has a complex. And rather than getting help for his complex, he wants everybody to buy in to what he's selling. I'm not buying it, Terrence Howard. I don't believe in teriology. You can't make me.
This just materialized out of thin air. How? There are no vortices, nothing is opposing, there is no angle of incidence, there is no crystallization. He is just listing random buzzwords.
Now, because we have the angles of incidence, material engineering can now separate the space between carbon and
No,
nitrogen,
I don't respect
or
it. He's
carbon
just
and
saying
boron,
mumbo
and have the
jumbo.
same elements of titanium, vanadium, chromium, magnesium, and iron, or nickel, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, gallium, or germanium in those higher octaves. We can do that between silicon and phosphorus, or silicon and aluminum. So the transparent aluminum now becomes possible because we can now control the pressure and change the pressure and motion conditions, where we couldn't do that before because they were going by Cartesian space at 90 degrees and 45 degrees straight lines, the Euclidean space that they've made up, this orthogonal or church-like space that they've generated because they
don't
wanted
make
to promote that
sounds.
cross.
He doesn't even know the names of the elements. He's saying mangasane instead of manganese. He says silicone instead of silicon because he doesn't know that silicone is a different material. He can't pronounce orthogonal. He's never even heard these words spoken before, and he is doing nothing whatsoever to actually explain anything about what he just showed to Joe. He's practically speaking in tongues, and Joe is laughing it up.
Whoa.
And as the cherry on top, he pretends that this brilliance was hidden because the Catholic Church loves the straight lines from the cross.
What is
Does
this?
he not know
Assassin's
how much power
Creed?
this symbol still has over normal people even today who would never fall for any of this bullshit? He just knows that churching up the story gives it a Da Vinci Code vibe that ensnares gullible people.
Can you tell me how a planet is formed under this theory? So you have a sun, and how does the sun give birth to these planets?
The same way we defecate.
You love straight
and
lines,
have
yeah, I
gas,
know.
like Jupiter's that red spot on Jupiter, that's spinning on it. That's going to become a moon. It may take a billion or 2 billion years. That will ultimately become a moon off of Jupiter. Where is it? Right at the equator. Where do we discharge at? Right at our equator.
What?
90 minutes in, Joe finally asks him to actually explain something, and Terry's response is astounding. Stars crap out planets the way we take a dump on the toilet. Case closed, everyone. Planets are fecal matter. And the red spot on Jupiter will be a planet later. Of course, this is meaningless since it's a storm. It's a cyclone. How does a bunch of wind form a planet exactly? And he's just so objectively wrong about every trivial detail. The red spot is not at the equator. It's 22 degrees below the equator. Humans don't have equators to defecate from, and the human anus is not located on the waist. This is such a stunning
Human
example
anatomy
of the
is
difference
weird.
between real science and insane ramblings.
Da
Ask
Vinci.
this question of an astrophysicist. You'll get mountains of data, explanations, equations, predictions,
Shut up, you
confirmations
guys.
of those predictions through observation. Ask Terry, and what do you get? The sun takes a crap.
My thing is, how is the spot going to be? This is what I was like. I'm like, the spot on Jupiter. How is that going to become a moon? How? It's a storm. It's swirling clouds on planet of Jupiter. How is that going to become a moon? Like I don't understand. Is there like debris in there? Because my understanding was that it was like, I don't know, like a high density, high pressured storm, and that's why it keeps swirling in that one spot. It's kicking itself up. It just flies up the plane. That's what I'm saying. It's a storm. So that's why I'm like, I don't get it. Is that what they call showing your butt to somebody mooning? We cracked the case. Pack it up, boys. Let's go home. Spot is an orifice. It's teriology. I don't gotta explain it. I gotta print that. I'm gonna cry. I'm literally gonna cry because you're so stupid. In a good way. Not derogatory. You're good stupid. You're my people.
Who falls for this stuff?
Everything is just one great being. We're all God. That's what Jesus was talking about. That's what Buddha was talking about. It's recognizing the divinity in you.
Actually, neither of those people said anything like that. Buddha didn't proclaim to be divine, and in Christian mythology, Jesus didn't say, "I'm God and so are all of you." He just said that he was God. That's kind of why the Romans killed him. Terry is just looking for excuses to call himself God.
Like,
and
why are
he's
you
as
bringing
dumb
religion
with
into this? You can't. That's another thing. You cannot conflate science with religion. Like, that's just not something we can do. That's gonna make everything, first of all, so biased. You're gonna be looking for evidence of things connected to religion, or like vice versa. That's why you often have like creationists who don't really want to acknowledge the scientific evidence that we have for, dinosaurs walking the earth, human evolution. There's a lot of things that they become problematic and cause a lot of issues when you try to combine science and religion. They just need to be separate. So, like, I don't know why he's jumping around and trying to weave in his God complex to science. It's science. It's cold. It's factual. No biases. At least you try, right?
Theology as he is with.
Does he take a defensive position from criticism? Probably, because if he's confronted with the fact that it's all nonsense, he'll say, "Well, I'm just giving it to God," and that's like, I don't know. You can't combine the two. And maybe I can understand how he thinks. I'm just saying, it's driving me crazy. Yeah, you're right, Herbert. Absolutely.
Science.
Here I'm an Oscar-nominated actor that is known all around the world, face recognition, vocal recognition, all around the world.
Oh my God.
I've invented a new form of flight, tangential flight, the ability to fly around your own center of mass, something they've never been able to do. And you don't hear anything about it.
The narcissism is oozing out of every pore of his body and congealing into little origami cranes in front of our eyes. He's world famous, kind of, so his imaginary invention must be brilliant. Tangential flight? Tangent to what? He doesn't know what a tangent is. And of course, his little toddler toy doesn't actually fly or do anything. He just has cute animations.
Instead of all the
like a
props
fidget
having to turn
spinner,
themselves around to
Lego.
stop and turn in the
He
opposite direction,
put two fidget
they
spinners
just
together.
switch the direction. They just so it's a collective pitch, and
Hi,
it changes. And so now instead of going up, you're going down. But now 5 of them will come together. So I was trying to reach out to Elon Musk. I was trying to reach out to Jeff Bezos. I was trying, because my main goal was I was building these to clean up the upper atmosphere, all of that debris that's up there, and ultimately to mine the
I need a nap. My brain hurts. What do you mean?
You can immediately see that someone is clicking on a screen to trigger an animation, so it's anyone's guess as to why Elon Musk should care about this crappy video game. Terry is not only smarter than every physicist in history, but he's better at building spacecrafts than everyone alive, despite never having built anything. The hubris is off the charts. It's not worth listening to this entire rant, but he genuinely believes that he has invented revolutionary technology and that he's being ignored for literally no reason.
And so it's just going to react, and immediately it converts into a plasma. And so we can project.
What is he talking about? Does anybody know what's going on?
Anything into space. All of that has been accomplished, and it's ignored.
Delusional narcissists always have this precise brand of persecution complex. James Tour, Ben Davidson, they all do the same thing. All the experts are morons because they ignore my super brilliant revolutionary insights. The whole establishment is against me because they're afraid of my
He just has his little 3D
Honestly,
designers
I think
make
we've
little
had
programs
enough. I got
for him
2
to
hours
drive
into
around
the
and
3-hour
think that he's a genius.
and there's just no point in continuing.
You just
it's
don't
the
get it,
epitome of
guys.
manic hogwash.
You just don't
with
get
virtually
it. Also, I am tall. I'm not Terrence Howard.
nothing to even sink your teeth into, and there's only so
It
many
is
times I can
exhausting.
point out that what he's saying is meaningless.
My brain
In the
now
end,
feels
there's
like
only
it needs
one
a nap.
point that needs to be made. Pretentious tools like Terry can hope to fool as many people as they can by speaking confidently and using jargon they hope the listener doesn't understand. But what can they do with it? What can they physically achieve with it? Terry thinks he's reinvented physics, but that's because he never learned any physics in the first place. Take this free body problem, for example. This is something he was supposed to learn in high school. You use Newton's laws, plug in some numbers, and you get an answer that correlates with reality. You can predict what will happen when you let go of the block. And guess what? When you let go of the block, that thing does happen.
I'm not
Terry's gibberish doesn't have that power. His ramblings have no utility, no predictive power, no technological application. It's a parlor trick. It's basically hypnotism.
I'm not
But as I
Terry.
mentioned before, it's not harmless. This way of thinking is dangerous, and these types of people are often dangerous. Do you want some evidence?
Because I was angry. I was really angry. And I was going to use all of the knowledge that I had, and I was going to destroy mankind.
What? Terry, you can't just say that! Terry, you can't just destroy mankind with his brilliance. See, if he was the super smart man, like person he thinks he is, we'd all we do because Terrence would just go scorched earth. No, don't let him cook your rice. Stop. Joe's laughing because he doesn't know what else to say. He's like, like, what do you say to that? What do you say to that? Like, actually.
Out of Marvel.
I was like, yeah, I was about to, but then.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Statements like these are very revealing. It's not a joke. He genuinely believes he has this kind of power, and he has contemplated exercising it in a violent, destructive way. Do you know who else has had such thoughts and acted on them? Go and read the manifesto of the Unabomber. It's the exact same self-aggrandizing tone.
By the way, Unabomber, a lot of people point to, I guess, the manifesto of the Unabomber as like a prediction for where we are today, right? I remember we actually went over it in some of my classes, like talking about the points that were relevant. But have you actually read? Have any of you actually read the manifesto of the Unabomber? Because he says some insane stuff, like actually unhinged, insane stuff. And because I went in like, oh, he had a brilliant mind. He was very intelligent, which he was. I mean, his actions were not okay. But like, if you actually like even just listen to a breakdown of some of the things that he says, like just his opinions on different things. I won't go into detail because it's kind of not really something that like I think we it's a little heavy, but he just had a lot of really questionable opinions. And I think, yeah, the Wendigoon video, we did a really good job talking about like how people view him as kind of like, I don't know what you would call it, a fork in the system, you know, kind of martyring him in a way. I'm not saying he wasn't brilliant, but what I'm saying is his manifesto really showed you how he was not okay. And just because you can have a brilliant mind does not mean that you have you're right all the time. You know, we can acknowledge that he was a smart guy while also talking about the fact that he had a lot of problems.
The same superiority complex, the same incessant rambling. This is the psyche of cult leaders and domestic terrorists.
It's insane.
I'm not saying that Terrence Howard necessarily would or will blow something up and murder people, but those who blow things up and murder people tend to think this way. They have this strain of delusional narcissism in them that enables them to first think they're better than everyone else, and also that they deserve the right to exercise power over others. Terry is mentally ill. He should be checked into a mental institution to get treatment for his personality disorder. Cue the onslaught of people saying I have no right to diagnose anyone based on a podcast appearance. Yeah, technically, you're right. But also, he is a delusional narcissist with a personality disorder that should be committed to a mental institution. Sorry. And if the people in his life really cared about him, they'd have done that a while ago. Now let's pivot to Joe. In my video on Tucker Carlson, I gave Joe a bit of a pass, but here, Joe just fails miserably.
Again, remember,
and
I don't have
his
an
failure is twofold. First, Joe desperately needs a better bullshit detector. Anybody who can't tell that Terrence is completely full of shit within a few sentences has terrible judgment. End of story. You don't even need to be able to articulate with clarity how he is wrong. It's just blatantly apparent in his manner of presenting ideas, the way he vomits esoteric terminology rapid fire, the way he overperforms to give the impression of profundity. It's immediately apparent to any rational person. But the other problem is a more pernicious type of mental defect, which I've mentioned many times, and that is the anti-establishment bias. Joe has that in spades.
This is not something, like your explanation of these things and your description of the very nature of reality itself is not something that should be taken lightly.
No.
It's something that, like...
Thank you for saying that.
It needs to be laid out, and it needs to be slowly examined in every, because you've obviously spent a lot of time working on this.
People with this bias can hear any ridiculous story from any unqualified, clueless weirdo.
The thing is, we don't know if Joe actually buys it or not. Like, again, I don't really have a negative opinion or really a positive opinion. I think Joe's just a podcaster. He's gonna do what works for his podcast. But I don't think that he's going into it thinking, oh, this is all 100% correct. Because he had Terrence on multiple times, and the second time he had a guy there fact checking him and correcting him, correcting Terrence. So yeah, I definitely think there's a problem when you try to be the conduit or the blank piece of paper for the person to speak to, rather than asking actual relevant questions and follow-ups about these things. Because when you present it as you agree with it or you're accepting it as fact, that makes the people who are listening to you think that, oh yeah, this makes sense then, because he thinks it makes, you know. But it's also that's the setup for his podcast. So I can't say I can't say whether that's right or wrong, because I feel like it's just the format that he started with, So I don't know. Yeah, and you might say it's dangerous to give folks like that an audience, and I understand that perspective too. But I don't know what the answer is, and I don't know. It's complicated. Complicated.
And they will immediately give it far more credence than it deserves.
Yeah, I hear what you
simply
mean,
because
Corey.
it feeds their desire to see established knowledge arbitrarily overturned. Joe is psychologically incapable of seeing how stupid this all is because he desperately wants this story to be true.
Wow. I wish I could really truly understand exactly what you're saying, because I'm kind of getting it and you're doing a great job explaining it. But
He's like, I did not get any of that. Us too, Joe. None of us got any of that. None of us. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't know.
But if you're right, that really changes everything.
Everything.
And it accounts for why physics kind of hits a stalling point.
It doesn't matter that Joe has no clue what he's saying. Instead of entertaining the idea that he isn't really saying anything, he just blindly asserts that the Emperor has all his clothes on, and that the imaginary garments must be so much better than the drab and outdated clothing that establishment science provides. A field which obviously must be stalling just because he refuses to lift a finger to learn how vibrant the field really is. It's contrarianism on steroids. To the point where even the most trivial self-evident
That's
facts
what the government
can be
wants you
called
to think. 1 times 1 equals 1. It's not true. It's not true. It's all set up. This is what they want you to think. Don't listen. Don't listen. Don't listen. Listen to me. Listen to Terriology. I know what's right.
to question just because of their addiction to perceiving themselves as superior to the masses. Even something as trivial as 1 times 1 equals 1. This insistence that the dissenting voice should instantly be taken more seriously than substantiated knowledge is an infantile attitude that is destroying our culture, and I'm tired of everyone looking the other way for fear of making waves or insulting people. Terrence should be mocked to his face on a daily basis. He may not be evil or deserve severe punishment,
I don't know.
but
I
these
kind
are
of feel bad for
the
him.
checks
I
and
don't
balances that
know.
maintain civic responsibility. If you act like social poison, there should be an antidote. Everyone in his vicinity should be constantly showing him how delusional he is until something registers and he takes it upon himself to change. Because as insane as he is, his ramblings have an impact. Certain people listen, their minds warp, they choose.
That's kind of the problem. Like, I feel like when it comes to science and how people, I think there was a point in time where people actually did the opinions of professionals. But we're coming to a point where you can have a degree in something or you can study something and people still don't trust you. And I think that's just really sad, because why am I studying this for you to just tell me that it's not real and I shouldn't have studied this? And, you know, I'm part of some conspiracy. You know, like that has to really hurt the people who put their life and like soul into a career or like research because they're passionate about it, and then having like just a wave of skepticism about everything that they're doing, thinking that they're part of some much bigger system that they probably really aren't in, you know? Know more about archaeology than me and my professors and colleagues? Yeah, I'm sure, because they read Graham Hancock. Like me. I'm like, are you sure? I don't think so. He has to help himself. Yeah, but I mean, I feel bad. I feel bad for Terrence. Ultimately, I feel bad for him because, like, I think Farrell said earlier about people linking people's childhoods to narcissism. That's a very real thing. Like, Terrence Howard did have a difficult. I've watched other videos about this. Of course, I have. Like, Terrence Howard did have a really rough upbringing and did turn to acting as like a vice for that. And so, like, I don't think it excuses his behavior, but I do wish that we could like do something for him and like get him help, because one day he might look back on this and be really embarrassed. Yeah, he's not well. Yeah, he's not well. So like, while we can play and we can laugh about teriology and stuff, he's still a person, and I think that we need to remember that. And like, sure, we don't have to like him. We could make fun of his science, pseudoscience, really, and we can, you know, like, oh my god, this is so stupid, and we can watch videos. But we have to remember he's a person, and I hope that he can get help, because none of this makes sense. Literally, none of it makes sense. You need a degree on archaeology. Archaeology. If Neil couldn't help him, I don't think anyone could. Imagine having Neil deGrasse Tyson on speed dial and him blocking. The decision he made as a person, though, he's an adult. For sure. For sure. But I also know that, like, even when you're an adult, you're still figuring stuff out. Like, being an adult doesn't mean that you have it all together. A lot of us don't have it together, and that's okay. But Terrence is going on a platform and speaking to the whole world, acting like he has it all together, and he has all the answers. And, like, he's gonna be open for criticism, but I also think, like, it's just, you know, it's easy to like, not... It's easy to not focus on the fact that he's a man who needs help. But I think that we should remember that at the end of the day. He's a degree in tomfoolery. Ugh. Anyway, you guys, that was teriology. Do you want to do another Terry episode next week? 'Cause we can watch more about it. If you want to. I have to go get ready for ASMR. It's in an hour now. I originally gave myself 2 hours, and now you have just one. So I really should go get ready. I'm gonna raid into our waiting room. I'm sure most of you will leave and, you know, go in between this now and the hour, but I do want to raid just for people who want to wait around. If I can start sooner, I will. But in the meantime, thank you guys for hanging out with me for Click for Consent. And thank you for helping us hit our goal. We'll play Halo next week. I'll write it down now so I have a list of what we're doing. Play Halo next week. I understand, though. I totally get it. I understand. If anyone has $1, I would really appreciate it. The game after his show, I'm... No! Not the show, don't remind me. But yeah, today was really fun. I can't wait to do ASMR for you. It's the Dear ASMR, so it's a long time coming. And I'll see you shortly. So, I hope that you eat well, rest well, stay hydrated, be the best you can be each and every day. Y'all get hugs, 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 hugs. Ah! Demon. Demon. Demon power. I'm gonna probably play the first Halo.
You got the nation.
Party record. Thank you. Let's go. 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 Thank you. 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 Thank you, Party Record. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you guys later. Well, literally in 55 minutes. Okay? Teleology. I don't gotta explain it. You don't know that yourself? No. Absolutely. How could I have done that? I can't even do that. I can't PayPal myself.
Ding dong, you got the nation.
You just couldn't let me have any fun. You just couldn't let me have any fun. I'm leaving. Does anybody have $1.30? Does anybody have $1.30? Whatever, I'm leaving. Oh, also, we're gonna have requests in the next stream too. So, who have any or anything ASMR? I'll have a list of them for the stream. Maybe I'll save that for the next that we're gonna do. Anyway, we'll see. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye. Bye bye. See you in 55 minutes. 55 minutes. Letting you know now, it's in 55 minutes. 55 in Naruto. 55. I'll see. Woo!